Welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining us with another episode of Nothing But Answers. This week we're just going to talk about some of the comments we had this week in the group. We had
Mhm.
there was a lot of different posts. People were commenting. It was really exciting. But first, let's bring up my co-host. How are you doing, Ruth?
I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking, sir. Was out in the elements today running around, but rushed back home to make it for our exciting show. So I'm here, and I hope other folks are out there with us to
Right,
join in.
right. Let's join in. I mean, it seems like the room, and I
Hmm.
want to thank everybody. The room is really going well. People are leaving comments. Everyone's talking about different things. We have people sharing. So that's
Yes.
great. So even tonight, we want you guys to join in on a conversation. Either you can join us. You can chat in. You can
Hmm.
text or type anything you
Hmm.
want in. And then there also is a Zoom link. If you go to the Nothing But Answers room, you can find the link there. Or if you put something in the chat, I can actually share it as well.
Yes.
So,
Please
um,
participate, please.
yes, yes. Listen, this is about us. We want to hear It's nothing but answers. Anyone answers. We want any answers to
Any answers.
anything.
We'll take
Right.
questions too, Daryl. We'll take questions too.
We will, because guess what? I got nothing but answers for them. I can answer all of them. Every question there is.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
um, so again, we had a lot of new people joined, and we
Yes.
want to
Welcome.
say thank you guys. Thank you guys for
Hmm.
making this group something that is very open, it's a safe space. Everyone can share their views, even if they're different, and we're learning about each other.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
really thank you guys for participating.
Yes, we do.
And adding to the group. And let's just keep going. Like I said, and everybody's welcome to join us. Either if you want your voice to be heard. Like you won't be seen, but you will be heard. So you can definitely jump on the Zoom and share your thoughts or jump in the chat. Either one.
Yes,
So
whatever your preference.
so again, let's start. Well, first thing we're going to talk about this ship, this little ship that they
Oh,
went.
Daryl, please.
I
This
mean,
little ship, I know.
I guess if you got a lot of money, you want to try some things that maybe or maybe not be shipwrecked. So
Maybe,
let me go see a sunken ship.
yeah, and become part of that relic, right?
Yeah, right. That was insane. Like I personally, I have claustrophobia, so I couldn't get in to the boat. Right, just looking at it. Okay, looking at it had me cramped. Right, looking at
Hmm.
it had me like,
Hmm.
whoa,
It certainly
what are we
did.
doing? Yeah, it didn't. It didn't.
Yeah, it was just an unfortunate situation. If that's your thing and you've always wanted to do it and it's on your bucket list, okay. I'm trying not to judge that. However,
So
I
it
don't
kind
think
of
all
brings
safety precautions were put into place to make sure
well,
everybody was okay.
right. It wasn't. So it kind of brings me to the question:
Mm-hmm.
what is too much?
Mm.
When, where's that line at that you should be
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what, I am not going to cross this line,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know. And for me, there was too many red flags, like the
Yes.
small space, like they said, you couldn't even extend your legs
Nope.
in the boat. Being underwater, right? Being way underwater.
Way, way under.
You understand me? Um, and
Mm.
and just knowing how big the ocean is and how small that boat is, like trying to find a tic tac out there. So I would think that you should put some parameters in the
Mm-hmm.
things you're doing to kind of guide yourself and say like there's too many red flags for me to want to do this,
Right.
right?
But some people don't have that, Daryl,
Right,
unfortunately.
right,
Some
and
people
that's
don't have those boundaries for themselves.
right, right,
And they're
and that's
adventure seekers.
again adrenaline seekers. Yeah, again, I don't have that type of
Nah,
need.
me either. I don't even want to
I
get
don't.
on a roller coaster, so that's not for me.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Bruce, you always go to the next level. Roller coasters are okay.
Look, I'm a
Okay.
cautious one, okay? Did it once and almost lost my mind and life, and never again. Never
Right,
again.
right.
But anyway, a
That's
little
very
different from
interesting.
the submarine. Okay, a little
A
different.
little bit, a lot of bit. um, all right. So listen. So I definitely the first post I want to get into looked like John Williams had posted it.
Okay.
And he said, "How can a man tell if a woman is trying to get his attention?" I think that was a great post because, today it's
very different today, right?
it is very different today.
Mm-hmm.
With hold on, I'm trying to turn me up.
No worries.
I'm getting some messages saying that I'm kind of low.
Are they saying it's the volume?
Yes, said the volume is low.
Okay. Yeah, it started out that way, but got better.
Let me check my board.
Okay.
Going to the board to make sure I'm not low. So hopefully that'll do something.
I can hear you.
I made a couple adjustments, but if it keeps going on, just please let me know.
Okay.
But anyway, so the back to the post. I apologize. How can a man tell if a woman is trying to get his attention? It's difficult. I think it's very difficult to tell today because most people are not trying to approach people.
Right.
And I like your comment because if you get the wrong signals, you may get in trouble, right?
Big trouble.
Right. So it's very interesting in the like. So what do we do? Because like I said, I for me, how I know she likes me is she had a like on the dating app we're on, right? And that's how we know she's interested. Somewhat, you know what I mean? Because most people are meeting people today by through dating apps.
Yes.
Right. So I mean, it just would seem like that's the way to do it. But people talking in person, does that even happen anymore?
See, that's what I want to know. Like bumping into somebody in the supermarket and holding a little conversation. I like your shoes. Can you tell me how to pick out the best melons? Well, maybe not the melons.
She's bringing up melons. See, I tell you, some people.
That was a mistake.
She's trying to tell you how she wants you.
No. But back in the day, Daryl, that's how we did it. You would ask for help in the supermarket, or could you get that down for me, please, sir? Whatever.
Right. And it's tough because I feel like people have lost the art of communicating with each other.
Yes, they have.
You don't have that type of communication. I think it's funny when you're out, you feel like you're kind of alone, even if you're like in a crowded store. No one's really, like you said, that type of talking is not going on as much.
And you're right, because if you do it now, Daryl, even as a friendly gesture, it's sometimes taken as more than that. I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they helped me get the cereal. They want
me. Like, ooh, he must like me. Yeah.
I don't. I don't.
Yeah, but that's because we're not used to it anymore. You're right.
Right. What?
What's happening?
I'm getting messages about the sound. So I was like,
again, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So,
wonder what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Hi everybody watching.
Hope you can hear us. Hopefully.
All 5 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting. So I think it's really interesting today because people are not approaching each other, right? Because it's a lost art form. We approach each other these days by liking on an app or sliding in your DMs, right? It's very rare that you are. It's very rare that people are actually walking up to someone else or engaging them out in the public.
Exactly.
But again, like I said, it's tough because today things are everybody's so antsy. You don't know what this person's going to do, or somebody's going to try to put you in the back of their truck and put the lotion on their skin. Like I had a very interesting story. So I was fishing the other day, and I caught this big fish, right? And it was, so my truck was parked right, kind of like maybe 3 feet from where I was at.
Okay.
And it was in a park, so a whole bunch of people walking, and I forgot to bring my net out. So I was trying to struggle to get this big fish, and I see somebody walking by, and I'm like, excuse me, could you go in that truck and grab my net for me? And the girl's like, no, and started running.
Are you serious? She ran away from you.
She was gone. And at first, my first instinct was to run because she's running. Because black people, somebody else run, we running. So I was going to run with her. And she'd have thought I was chasing her. It'd have been crazy. You understand?
All because you asked for help.
Right. But as I think about it, I'm sitting there on the side of the road asking some woman to go in my truck to grab
Right.
this
Think about
net.
it. That's true.
Right.
And this day
So
think about
she
it.
thought she was going to be, human trafficked in the back of the truck. Right. I didn't think about it real time. But when she ran, I'm like, what is wrong with this? People are crazy. I'm looking at her like she is insane. Like, people are crazy.
I probably would have run too, Daryl. I have to
And
say.
you should.
I would
She
have
did the
run
correct
too.
thing. She had the
Yeah.
correct response. Today, you never know. Like, if you go back in the back of a truck.
No.
Right.
That's sad. That's the sad reality.
Right.
People are just being, friendly, just interacting, and the bad guys have made it bad for the good guys.
Right. So, like, we're almost traumatized, right? We're walking
Yep.
around traumatized because they're like,
Yep.
listen, I don't know what's in the back of that truck, and I don't want to be tied up later in somebody's basement.
Exactly.
Putting the lotion on the skin. I don't want to do that. So it's very interesting. So, and also, like, I'm like, wow, she really did act appropriately. She yelled no, which was scary. I'm like, what is she doing? This is insane. Does she have Tourette's? I didn't know what was going on. And then she started running, right? So I think whatever training she has, whoever trained her, if you're watching, great job. Okay. You won't be catching her.
Ooh, I have to admit, nice guy or not, I would have been running too. I don't know. I would have been running too. Scary.
It was very scary, but I get it. I get it. But anyway, back to this. So at the end of the day, for me, I don't know, because I'm not approaching anybody. I'm not doing that. Because I don't want to get maced. You don't want to get maced either. You approach somebody and you get maced. Because everybody's on edge now, right? Everybody's so afraid of each other that it's really difficult to approach people. So I'm not trying to approach people. I mean,
my son said the same thing, Daryl. Yeah.
It is. It's very difficult. It's very straight. You can't. I mean, just think about it. Even the dating scene, period, is tough. Even if I do meet someone online, then you got to meet them in person, which it still lands you in the back of the truck, putting the lotion on the skin. Like, it could end that way. Like,
yeah,
so
that's the sad reality.
It is sad reality, and it makes the times have made dating so tough. Like, it's just, it's almost you have an anxiety attack of meeting that person the first couple of times because you're like, well, what's going to happen? Do I drive my own car? Do I ride with them?
Yes.
Do we meet out? These type of things. Do I even give them my real phone number? Because I'm learning you can get a lot of information from a phone number.
Yes, you can.
I can get everything about you.
Yes,
What's
you
your
can.
name? I can get everything about you.
You
So
can Google and find out whatever you want to know.
Right. So now you can, that person that you said no to will be with you forever. It's crazy, okay? Whether you want them to or not, they could be there. So it's very interesting that, and it's very scary.
Yes.
That these are the times we live in. Like, dating is really like scary, even for men. Like, as for a man too, going out, you really can't just go out with anyone. You don't know what you're getting into, right? You don't. Go ahead.
But tell me this: are they doing things for the singles? Like, because I've been off that scene for quite a while, Are they doing things like mixers, or where the singles can like do their thing and meet up, and in a safe environment?
I don't know. I haven't heard that. I think the mixers are dating apps or online or DMs.
But they used to have in person. I mean, not that long ago, Daryl. I'm aware of where they would meet up. Like maybe 20 folks.
I'm not sure what bingo hall you were
It's
meeting
not
at.
bingo. Look, it hasn't been that long.
Hey, if people know where mixers are, please let me know.
Okay, mixers, or what about those dating things where you stay at this station and you chat with that person for 5 minutes and you go when the bell rings?
Got you. I've never, like, speed dating, I haven't done it myself, so I can't speak to it. I don't know if I would like it, because what if I do like someone and I got to leave in 30 seconds or whatever?
Well, then you try to swing back around, and
I'm not leaving. I'm breaking the rules. I'm not going anywhere.
See, then you can't do that.
we're together.
But I'm just thinking those venues might be safer, and they're focused on matching people up.
It could be. Like I said, I'm not really sure. I don't know where the scenes are. I mean, there are probably different scenes. I'm not familiar with them. And if anybody out there are kind of, please let us know. What are you doing to meet people today? Tell us, how are you meeting people? Is it online? Is it in person? Are people approaching you? Have you been approached? If anybody's been approached, please let me know. It's like a dinosaur. Like, we heard about them, we haven't seen it happening. We don't know anyone that's actually approaching.
Been approached and ran away, like Daryl's person.
No, She got up out of there.
After screaming no.
So, and then, okay, so, I mean, we can come back to that. But another topic, let me see. There was another one that I saw. My phone just went out. That, here we go. So the thoughts about a poly relationship or life or lifestyle. So again, for you, and I know you made a comment about it. What is your take on poly?
For me, well, I'm personally not a fan. You know, to each his own. Not judging who the folks that are, but absolutely. I'm just not about sharing. I'm not about sharing in that way. I'm a typical Leo, and my man is my man, and I'm not sharing him with anybody.
So Facebook user, if you could type your name in, because this says Facebook user, we're not sure who typed it, but it says so many people are doing online dating now. Okay. So it kind of, I do believe it takes the art form of approaching people, we're losing it because you're approaching them through these matters, you know, through Facebook, through Instagram, through dating apps. You know what I mean? People are sliding in DMs. People are doing it, and I think it's a lot easier to slide in someone's DM than to approach someone in person.
For sure.
I can send a message. If you respond, cool. If you don't respond, cool. So that's why it actually makes approaching people a lot easier. Because you can approach a woman that maybe or even vice versa that you probably wouldn't in real life, right? Because
and maybe you don't feel rejection as well. Maybe you don't feel rejected, like you said, if they don't respond.
Well, right. So even if they do reject you, it's between you and them, unless they post it online. Only you two know, and you can delete that message and go on, right? So it's kind of like it's like beer muscles. You're doing it in a kind of a way that's not no skin off your back. Right. Exactly. Let me see what Beyonce doing. Hey, Beyonce, you look good on concert. What's up, girl? Well, she didn't respond yet. She might be busy.
You're still waiting. Busy. Still waiting, huh?
Yeah, right. So, like I said, it does make it easier. Now, with the poly lifestyle, which again, today, many different type of relationships, many different type of everything. Things are really different. It's more open. So we're seeing a lot of people being true to themselves more, right? So I see a lot of this now, and you see this even on the dating apps. You know, people will approach you like, "Listen, I have a girlfriend or I have a boyfriend, and I would like to add you to, to the couple."
Yep, and folks are doing it.
Right, people are doing. Like you said, you're selfish.
Very much so in that area.
Don't like to share.
Don't share. Nope.
Don't share.
Not my man. I'll share some things, but not my man.
Gotcha. Now, so this does bring me back to a earlier conversation we had about when we talked about work wives and work husbands.
Yes.
And things
here we go. Yes.
So that was okay.
Well, we just call them work wives and work husbands. They're not filling the role of work wife, or, they're not really filling a role as wife or husband. You call them that because you spend so much time with them working. But you're not spending time doing anything else with them. Okay.
So, well, like we said before, what is the, what would be the reason that we give them the special title then?
Because you're spending so much time per day with this person. So I guess it's a play on words. You know what I mean? It's a play on words.
I don't know what you mean. I don't.
Anybody out there can help me with this one?
Well, and the only reason I'm saying it, if someone is designated a title, which means they are not a regular worker, right? You're spending more time with this person for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Right. And you guys are doing things and bringing cookies for each other, whatever you guys are doing, eating lunch together.
But it's all in vein of work.
Is it?
It is, Daryl. It's just a real friendship in your workplace.
Well, listen, my wife don't need no friends at work. I'm her friend.
Your wife's not allowed to have friends at work.
Well, listen, I don't even have friends at work.
Well, that's by choice.
You might have acquaintances. You might have acquaintances at work, but to have friends that now are taking on special titles, that to me would be kind of different.
Okay, but that doesn't cross into the poly world.
No. I was talking about in the
Oh,
an
okay.
aspect of just sharing.
Oh, good. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
the
No.
sharing- No. That's
But
sweet.
again, it's a poly in the sense that emotionally.
Oh, is it now?
Well, again, you guys are emotionally sharing more, right? Because you're closer to this person than some other person to give them the
Right, to
work.
somebody else at work. Yes.
Right, that's what I mean. To somebody else at work to designate them your work wife or work husband.
Right.
So I would think that this is like a pseudo poly, especially if your wife knows and she's okay. She's like, girl, that's his work wife.
Yeah, my
So
husband
now
hasn't had a work wife throughout his time at work. Yeah.
So now, nah, fam, I get it, right? Tell me more about the nah. What are you responding to?
What does the nah mean? Yes.
Right, because at the end of the day, for me,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I wouldn't have a work wife because why would I designate someone a work wife? That to me is giving someone a title above something else, right? She's just somebody I work with. We hang out. I don't want your cookies. The ones you bring.
Cookies first. Oh, okay. Those cookies.
Yeah.
When she
Yeah,
brings
like
cookies.
like baked cookies. Wow.
No, because you use that
Wow.
term in other respects now. So
No, I'm talking about the ones,
okay, yeah. So when she brings in some baked goods or just to share some things with you, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And to me that becomes that's how to me things can start. We're not saying the issue, but I'm saying it could be if you can't control that and keep it under wraps, it could lead to more because now you already designate them something, you're sharing more with them, and you're becoming more familiar with the other person. Right? So I think it could be, especially think about it. If that person was single, the other person on the other side was single, and they're seeing how great this person is. Oh, this person's great.
Right.
And they don't have to worry about the arguing and stuff like that. Entertaining cookies.
Intimates.
Intimate cookies. Yeah, intimate.
Those are the ones,
cookies.
not intimate.
Right?
Intimate. Okay, I like that. Thank you.
Well, again, those cookies become.
Those are black cookies.
It starts with you just eat cookies, and I'm just always saying you become the cookie.
For
Cookies.
clarity.
You're eating cookies because, like I said, it seems like that could become.
No,
more.
it's just a term of endearment, and it's used very, loosely. Like I said, my husband had a work wife for a number of years, okay, and I love her dearly.
Right.
And what that looked like for them is working together for a long term,
Huh. No, like I said, in your case, I get it. Me personally, I would have type issue with my.
But why, Daryl? Where would your issues be? I should ask.
So I guess as a man,
Yeah, as a man,
I don't want another man having the title I have.
even in
right?
just like just just a light title of fun, like you spend a lot of time together.
Oh.
Just know, just know.
Oh.
You're just gonna be you got a work husband, huh? No, not at all. That wouldn't to me. It wouldn't fly for me per se.
Okay.
Some people might like it. I wouldn't like. Just like I don't. Yeah, I couldn't. I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm okay. I would rather you not have.
And I didn't have a work husband, just for clarification, because I didn't really work with like another teacher in that role that I worked with all the time, that I hung out with, or anything like that. But
right.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is my thing. I never hear like a man having a work husband or a wife having another work wife. Like you don't hear that. It's only designated to the opposite sex, which means you're playing a role.
Okay, I hear that.
You know what I mean? So it's, for me, it would be weird. Like I don't think don't go to work to have no husbands. Okay, you ain't going to work get married. You go to work to work. You go to work, and you come home to your husband.
Well, I guess it's a matter of preference. I really think you're right.
Right. It definitely it's a matter of preference.
It was never intimidated by that.
And again, and it's also and if you can take again, everything is basically based on your relationship. If your relationship can handle it, you can handle it. It's okay.
Yes.
Right? For me, I'm good. Nobody needs to work anything. Right? Because again, I just think that's how you start crossing those boundaries.
if that other person is going to try to cross them, but not everybody's interested in crossing boundaries.
So work siblings, again, very interesting. Again, if we're going by the siblings, I don't think I would have an issue with that. Like, oh, that's my brother at work.
Oh.
Well, no, you don't need a brother at work either. You don't need a brother at work either. You don't need nobody. You don't need to designate anybody anything, okay? That's the person you work with.
No designating. We're clear on that. No for designate.
You. Everybody should be the same. If you start designating people as different, getting more energy, that's weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
So I guess you're not about the poly business either. I'm curious.
No, I'm not. That's what I said. I'm not polying anything, okay? Only time I might poly, but I'm not. Like I said, I'm with you, Ruth. For me, it's more of a one-on-one thing.
Yeah.
I don't like sharing. I know I would be jealous. Like, you touched her a little bit more than you touched me, because there can't be another man in the room. It's not for me anyway. So I'm like, oh, you rubbed her for 10 more seconds. You rubbed me. I need you owe me 10 seconds. Yeah, you owe me 10 seconds. I would be petty about it. So I know I couldn't take it. I couldn't handle it.
I wouldn't be able to balance that.
And then if anybody would do something without, it just wouldn't work for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I've heard.
I'm kicking the door in. I'm kicking the door in. Like, I would know it was going, I agreed to it, I guess. I would know it was going on, but I would still be mad like they're cheating. It just wouldn't work. How dare you touch her? It just wouldn't.
Now, I've heard that some folks that are okay with it, at least the gender women, like sharing the household responsibilities. They like sharing the chores, the raising of the children. Some women even like sharing the intimate parts. Like, okay, I don't have to be the all in all for the intimacy. You can share that.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Now that's interesting. Is that what we're? With poly, you never get to meet the true person. I thought you did.
Very interesting. So again, I don't know enough about it because it just and it's funny. I think, but like Ruth said, if people are talking about sharing the housework or they're all pooling their money together for things.
Yes, I've seen that.
I mean, I guess I can see that part, but for me, I just can't. Right. Like, I think it's difficult enough for a relationship between two people. Right. Like she kind of said, or I'm not sure if it's she or he, because I can't say Facebook user, but I agree. It's hard to meet the true, because you're just different people with different people. So if there's 4 people in the house, are you the same person with everyone, or how does that work? How do you manage the different? It would be very difficult. Like, I think dealing with one woman is enough.
Now, I just pulled it up, Daryl, so that I would get some clarification. Essentially, being in a polyamorous relationship means that you and your partner have the option of dating other people. So it's more like an open, I'm getting now that. So you know what? I think that it can look any way that you want it to look, because I know the relationships, like, people live together. They're like living together, and they're acting as like husband, wife, and wife. Committed relationships within that. Yes.
Right. And so they can mess with each other, but they can't mess with anybody outside of that.
Yes.
Right. So it's very interesting, and I would love to hear someone's take on it. Like, but this person who, like they said, with the poly, you never get to really meet the true person. It's more of a sexual. And I wonder, like I said, and that's what I would wonder. I would ask those questions, like, what is the mindset? Like, what are you? Why are you engaged? Why would you want 2 people? Right? Is it a sexual thing? What else could it be? Right? I don't know. I don't know anyone who's in the actually. So
do you?
I don't really know, but I think that I think I remember someone, but it wasn't about the sex as much. It was just about the connection that they had with the person.
Interesting. And it wasn't a sexual relationship.
No, I think it was. I mean, obviously they have sex. I mean, that's the.
Some people maybe they write it as.
I think it was a lot of other things that were that it was used for. I think it met needs and things of that nature, I believe. But I would love to talk to someone about it, because I don't know enough about it. And you see things about it, and even in the group, we had a lot of different people. But a lot of people say kind of what you said, like, look, I'm not sharing.
Yeah, I think it takes
I'm not sharing.
a person that's willing to share and be okay with that and not be jealous.
Right.
Jealousy plays
I
a
know.
part.
I know I'm not mature enough to do it because I'm gonna be jealous.
You don't even want a work husband, so
Listen, no, that's weird. I don't know. I don't know why anyone would need a work husband. And if you do, hey, listen, it's okay to you, right? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see.
Poly is the ultimate selfless move, but that's my view on it. The ultimate
selfless move. Please, I wish somebody would tell me more about that.
Yeah, tell us more.
That's very interesting.
I'm not saying it's for me, but it's for me. Beautiful thing, and that's okay to believe. Yeah.
Right. I don't see the beauty in it. I'm just saying. I think that. Well, no, I'll take it back. I think whatever people do is beautiful. I just don't see it because, like I said, I can't see past the jealousy. So the jealousy,
beauty is fueled by your jealousy.
Yeah, the jealousy is definitely blocking my view of what it could be.
But people that are in that do think it's a beautiful lifestyle. They think that the sharing, like I said, of raising the children, of the household, of the mate, is just one big beautiful family.
Right. Let's see this one.
Wow.
It's kind of small. I heard a coworker using a calendar to keep up with all the dates. They stopped because balancing 4 relationships was exhausting for them. They are. See, and that's where I would be at it too, because it seems exhausting.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Especially if it's like, is it 1 man and 3 women or 1 woman and 3? Somebody is putting in work.
Somebody's tired. Somebody's tired.
Somebody's overworked and probably underappreciated.
Tired.
So, and I would think it'd be in 4 people. Wow, that is insane. Mm-hmm. And then I think if you add kids to that, then what does that look like?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That becomes even more problematic. If they're pregnant at different times, and that would be insane. It would seem to be, but I guess people are doing it, and they're like I said, I guess some advantages because always a babysitter, right?
Always a babysitter, that's for sure. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I think in those relationships, Daryl, that the other folks that have already been in it, is my understanding, have to approve of the new person coming through. Like
right. There's usually some type of rules that.
Yes,
right. There's usually some type of rules they have that to say how they're going to move or whatever the case may be. I just think, like I said, if you like it, cool. If that's how you want to move, I'm not judging it. I just know it's not for me.
And it's good to know what's for you. Yeah, it's good to know what's for you and what's not.
More people need to know what's for you, because I think a lot of times what people they'll do is try to do something to appease the other person. They'll get into something like this and then it won't work. Mm-hmm. All right, hold on. There's a new comment. Let's see.
Whoa, okay.
All right. To think that one person could fill all your needs 100% sounds unrealistic. I could only hope that one day I love someone so much that I want them to be as happy as they can be in every aspect of their life and hobbies and interests, that I want to trust them, to fill those needs elsewhere that I can't fill.
Yep, that's a perspective.
So it's kind of, because in the beginning they said they don't think that one person could, but then they said they're looking for one person too, right? If I'm reading it correctly.
Let's see.
It seems like
one day I love someone so much that I want them to be as happy as they can be in every. I think they're saying that if that person's not fulfilling them 100%, they want them to then venture into more of a poly thing where somebody can.
Very interesting.
Without Facebook user, make sure we're understanding it.
Right. And so this is my thing too, with this comment. Right. So you may look and bring someone new in that meets the needs that were maybe lacking or meets more of your needs. Mm-hmm. But what are they bringing in that you don't need? Right. So everybody's also bringing in the other part of them that may not be what you want. Mm-hmm. Right. So absolutely. I think that if anyone is looking for someone to fulfill them 100%, that's already, like you said, unrealistic. Yeah. Again, if I can get 60% of what I want, I'm cool. Yeah. But you have to figure out what percentage, if there is a percentage of what you want in that person you're with. Right?
I agree. I do agree with that part. 100%.
Because the one thing I know, a lot of people will make a mistake and leave someone because someone else has some things they like, but miss the other things that this other person possessed. Right? You may lose out on some things that were, that were better. Like, oh, this person like going to the movie and I like playing volleyball.
Right.
But this person was really holding you down and being there for you and had some other things that were more beneficial.
Yeah.
So you do have to find what's beneficial to you. If the extracurriculars are more important to you, cool. But like the grass is not green on the other side all the time.
And for me, Daryl, it's like a house. You go when you find your ideal house, it may not have the right bathroom or it may not have the right closet space, and you make a decision. This is still the right house for me, but I may have to do a little altering here and there. So
absolutely,
I think of it that way.
And also, I think that we got to also remember relationships are work, more work, and you can speak to this, right? For a relationship to last and for it to work over years and years and years, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of manipulating and moving and
tweaking, we call it.
Right. Because relationships are constantly growing, moving. They're very fluid. A relationship is fluid. It lives. It has life. It changes. It's not going to be what it was 10 years ago.
Not even.
Right. And if it is, there's something wrong because you guys are not growing.
Exactly.
You're not growing.
And you grow and change as individuals, and then you've got to do it as a couple. So there's a lot of change going on there.
Right. So even if that person you met was what you needed, in 10 years, they may not be because your needs may have changed.
There you go.
Right. What you need may have changed.
Hence the tweaking. Yes.
Absolutely. Because as you grow, you learn more about yourself, and you may not need what you needed before. You may need this. You need this now. So I think ultimately you need a person that is able to change with you or go through the changes with you and find a way to make that thing work still.
I totally agree.
Right.
I even recall when we first got together that, I wasn't as vocal. I know that's a surprise, right?
Yeah, it is. Hey, remember that change? Remember I talked about changes that aren't that good? Now look at her.
Look at me, I'm all grown up now. So I didn't mind if my husband spoke up a lot more for me. Like,
gotcha.
If we were in a business situation or whatever, he would jump in and I was like, I agree, But as we got older as individuals and grew in our own selves, I started saying, oh, well, did you think about this? Or I want to add that. So that was a big difference for us. Me being more vocal and him being okay with finding space for me to be a little more vocal.
Right.
That's a big difference.
Right. Like I said, I think, again, poly, you can see some good in it, you can see some bad in it. I wonder, like I said, if you have kids, if they're around, who's working in the home, how are you paying for everything? I think it could be some good, but for me, I see a lot of negative, but I'm speaking from someone who doesn't really know what it consists of anyway.
Yeah, and I can't really chime in on that piece as much either, but I know it's not for me. That I do.
And even in the question we had in the group was like, would you try it? I know myself enough to know that I'm not even going to try it. Okay.
Well, you might like it, Daryl. No, don't like it.
Listen, I told you the jealousy I have.
See, you're jealous.
It just wouldn't make sense. Like, hey, you can't touch her. The other person get no action. They were like, wait, we'll be down in a minute. Go clean up. I would have a maid, actually. It would be a maid. It would be a polyamorous maid because we wouldn't touch her or anything. She would just have her clean.
At least you know what you're working with, buddy.
And that's the thing. You have to know what you're working with.
You do have to know.
I'm not open to that.
I've jokingly said it to my husband, like, oh, we should bring, somebody in here to help with the chores or he's like, nah, not going to work for me. Nah, I'd rather do the extra work. So you got to know where you stand with these things.
Right. Right. It's very, very interesting. So let's get to the other one that was really interesting this week was, I think it was Shahara, I can't pick her name, Miss Ali, Shahrazad Ali.
Oh, okay.
And she was talking about cheating. And she was saying that cheating's not that big of a deal. If your husband's cheating, hey, leave him alone, let him cheat. As long as he's not buying her stuff.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
The money ain't leaving the house.
I remember that.
As long as the money's not leaving the house.
Yeah.
Why would you worry about it?
I remember that.
And again, this was another one. We had, a lot of different information on it. Me personally, I think she said that the woman would deny the children their father if she left them or kicked them out of the house for cheating.
Yes, don't deny the children the dad. Yes.
Right, which was interesting as well because
I thought the whole thing was interesting.
But it's interesting, I mean, because she really felt that way, and this is what she was really was preaching. But I think that if you're cheating and you lose your family, you can't blame the woman for leaving when you broke her trust.
It's about
or
trust.
The man, or the other way, or the man for leaving because you broke his trust. And
it's about the trust.
You destabilized the household. And furthermore, I think that even if you guys did split, why would you now not be in contact with the children? That also wouldn't be the other person's fault who left. The person who was the victim who left, it wouldn't be their fault if you just say, well, you broke our family up. No, your penis broke our family up. Right? Even though I see some studies where women cheat more, I'm just saying.
I know. We got to look at those.
Women cheat more than men. I just want to put that out there.
What about that financial piece? I think that's interesting. That it's okay as long as the money's not coming out of the household. I thought that was interesting.
Right. So I think that this also that may have set well in a certain time.
Right? Oh yeah.
Because how she was talking about it, well, as long as she's not taking money out the household, seemed like maybe he was the one carrying the household.
Right.
Today, like I said, women are making as much. Some women are making as much as more as men, right? So women are making their own money, and they're doing it on their own. So I don't know how many women who are making their own money, doing it on their own, are gonna be like, okay, you cheated on me, I'm gonna stay. Right. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think so.
It's not that bad. Did you give her money? You didn't give her money. You could stay.
Yeah.
I definitely think that was absolutely, not realistic.
For now.
I don't know if I guess if I'm thinking about it back in the day, if a woman or anyone who's not making money and someone else has, is paying the cost to be the boss, then they're going to have a little bit more room to move because they have the money. If you don't have money, resources, you can't leave. So you're kind of stuck in a situation.
Right.
So I can definitely see that in certain situations where, because you're held, you have to kind of stay because of the money issue, right?
Yeah.
But if you guys are both making kind of the same amount of money, why would you stay if somebody's disrespecting you like that? You make
your own choices on that. Yep.
Right, because again, you're opening up yourself to side babies and people trying to come to your house and fight you and diseases and things of that nature. Who wants to do that? Now, in this situation, what I would think should happen is you should talk to your spouse about, hey, listen, I want to, whatever it is, give them the option. Let them tell you that you're crazy out your mind, that get away from me with that nonsense. You need to hear it.
Hear it out loud, right?
Right. It's like, hey, babe, I'm thinking about getting another woman, and I think I should bring her to the. Right. That's what's going to happen. But I think sometimes if you ask somebody, you never know what answer you may get. Right. You may get an answer.
You don't know where they are at a certain point of the relationship, maybe. So it's worth asking.
Right. You definitely should ask because in that case, but at least, and I think it's up and up. I think, and we talked about this too, where people are still lying at our age, like older people. Why are we lying to each other?
Yes, that's the piece.
What are we afraid of?
What are we
afraid of? What are we going to do?
Right.
Yeah, so I think that goes across the board. In our relationships, I think people need to be more honest. Right? Yes. When you get into it, tell someone what you want, what you're expecting, what you're looking for.
Yep. And even the hard things. Tell me the truth.
They may be okay.
Tell me the truth.
Right. Because, or you may find somebody that wants to do what you want to do or don't want to, but at least you know where you're at.
Yep.
But too many people are lying, going into things or lying about things. And it usually comes out and it usually is worse.
Oh, yeah.
A lot worse. It's
going to come out in the light. Everything, whatever's done in the dark comes out in the light. For sure.
Sometimes you get away with it.
Eventually it will, Daryl.
I'm gonna let you know. Eventually it didn't. A lot of things will come out.
Well, just now it did. Okay,
it did. People don't know stuff to this day. Like what? What happened? I don't know what you're talking about.
You were good at it.
I don't even know her.
Wow.
I'm just saying, everything doesn't come out.
Ooh.
You know,
If you're out
and
there
especially
listening, if you're out there now, you've heard it.
well, and again, if someone's not looking for something too, it may not come out either, right? If you're not
Well,
looking for it,
that's true.
right? So you got to be careful. You got to be careful with it.
You sure do, with the truth or the lies, right?
It doesn't come out.
Or the half truths. I call them half truths.
Now let's get to this funky bra. Okay, I've been waiting for this funky bra all week.
I know you were all week
because it's very interesting. Like, I know someone put in the room.
This one.
Yeah, someone put in the room like, oh, men would do it anyway. They don't care. We don't have standards. Like, what are we talking about here? We do have standards.
Oh, don't, Daryl. You don't.
We do. Men don't just have to jump on everything moving. Like, we don't have any options. I mean, there might have been a couple funky bras that we had to entertain, but sometimes we don't feel like entertaining the funky bra.
Why did you have to? That's the key right there. Why did you have to entertain?
Because we didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Oh, wow. You are so nice.
We were thinking about her.
Sure.
If she would have found out this bra.
Like Doc said, it was just about getting that cookie. You ain't care about that.
No, it wasn't. Like, we did it because we didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Men are very caring, and we don't want to hurt.
We know. Women. Okay, we don't want to take that from you.
Because we're very emotionally intelligent. And we know if we say something about your dirty bra, you're gonna be really offended. Because we know women are very emotional, so we don't want to do that. So we take one for the team. We really take one for the team. So we have to close our nose up like this, and we have to go at it. We have to go at it, and we have to do our best that we can. And we're doing that. We're damn near suffocating for you. You understand?
Now we understand. It was for the woman.
It was, right? It was for her because we could say no because men have standards.
No, right? They do. And well, not when it comes to that, I'll say. Most. I won't say all.
Fellas,
it's never all. Sorry, fellas, but most.
Pay attention.
Most would go for the sticky bra if the opportunity presented itself, like Doc said.
See how they're thinking about us. You know, we just have, it's a negative view of men in the public. It's a very negative view. And we're looked at like we're just very overly sexualized and things of that nature. And it's really not the truth. Right? It's not. It's not. So I would want you guys to, understand that men are not, we're very emotional.
Okay.
We do things because we care about women. And we don't want to hurt her feeling. We don't want to break her spirit because if we tell her bra is stinky, we know what women are going to do. They're going to fall apart.
Didn't we just talk about the truth? Shouldn't you be saying that's not really that's not a good thing, sweetie. That's not.
Sometimes a little black lie is not bad.
There we go. Half
a
truth.
Little black lie. Listen, a little black lie to save her self-esteem. We're doing it for her.
And to get what you want out of it, got it.
Wait a minute, time out. You saw the guy in the video. He was putting the deodorant on her while she was dancing. Mm-hmm. See, look at that. Problem solver. He's killing two birds with one stone.
My question is, why is he carrying around the deodorant? That's what I want to know.
Because we know about the stinky bra. It's epidemic.
Oh, okay.
It's epidemic.
So he's doing a public service.
Right. I think someone even commented, like, I've done this before. This happened to me. So, you know what I mean? Like, even right now, I know some people don't want to talk about they had the stinky bra moment. Mm-hmm. I didn't know it was a thing, but it must be a thing. So...
If you're out there and you've had it, share. Please share.
Hey, if you got a stinky bra, it is what it is. We still love you.
And are you still with her? Is my question.
You got to put her in the washing machine sometime. Now this one was really big. It's yes or no. Have you ever walked away from a relationship while you still love the person, but the situation said leave? Mm-hmm. Overwhelmingly, there were so many yes responses to this, and they again, a lot of people talk about their peace. We walked away for our peace.
Yes.
So go ahead, Bruce. I'm sorry.
I haven't had that personally, that experience. Okay. But I have friends that have, and yes, they speak of the peace. They speak of the deal breaker that they just cannot live with. Like one of my friends, deeply in love with her husband, but there was a drug issue. So she did not want to go, but she had to go. So yes, I know several folks who that's true for. They love them deeply, but they couldn't compromise the peace. Mm-hmm.
So it makes me think of, when we think about people like, oh, I want love, and love is, we see love sometimes is not enough to keep you together. Right?
Yeah, I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more than we think. I mean, I think we get used to Disney, and we're seeing the prince and the white picket fence and Disney, all those things, and you're going to be happily ever after. And I think that warps a lot of our minds when we view relationships and how we view them, right? So we think love is going to conquer all. That's what I said. Love conquers all. It doesn't.
Not everything. Not everything.
It doesn't. And we see, like, in every case here, like, it was, I think it was like 13, 14 people who responded. Yeah,
they did.
Men and male and female, men and women. And they were like, yeah, we did. We did.
Wow.
Absolutely. One person said, because you have to love yourself to leave a narcissist. They were talking about mine in specific. I hope they ain't in the group.
Yeah, that was a real emphasis on there.
Somebody else said, damn right. Hey, listen, these people, I don't know if they love them. They talking about like that. God dang.
We've had some experiences with that. Yes.
They have. And it seemed like a lot of people had experience where they did really care for someone. And they had to say, you know what, for me, for my sanity, we couldn't do it.
Yes. Self-love. That's a big question. That's a good question. Because
wow, you guys are coming out with them tonight.
Yes. These are great questions. And you know what? I've always focused on that one, Daryl, that I can love you to death. And I've said this to my mate, but I don't love anybody more than I love Ruth. Nobody. I've said it out loud to him. And I think that speaks to that. You have to know where you stand with that self-love. And are you compromising that for this other love? You have to make sure that you know whether you are or you're not. And for me, I can't do that. I can't do that.
So a relationship, shouldn't it be a selfless type thing in a relationship?
And what do you mean? How do you define selfless? I think that's the key.
Meaning that should you be putting yourself over the relationship?
I don't know if you're putting yourself over with self-love. I think you're attending to your needs as an individual with your love for yourself. And as long as that's not hurting or
you're a couple now.
Yes. But as long as you're not hurting or compromising that relationship for that self-love, I don't see a problem with it.
So then are you putting your self-love over the love of the relationship? It doesn't sound that way.
I mean, can't they be equal as long as they're not being compromised?
So I don't know if they could be equal, right? I think something has to, and I don't know, right? Because I'm not in a long-term relationship. So my self-love always wins because it's about me. But I'm thinking that, that is a really good question. And I need Doc to answer it.
Yes. And it depends, I think, on your experiences too, Daryl.
Right.
I come from a place where I did not receive love early on.
Okay.
There was a lot of abandonment. There was a lot of stuff, right? Neglect, so forth. So when I learned to love her, there's no turning back. I luckily found a mate that loves her as much. And, so it doesn't seem like, that love is surpassing the love of the relationship to me.
Gotcha.
But it's very, very, very necessary for me.
Right.
And again, it's my background, it's my history. So I guess it depends on everybody's experiences.
Yes, it's very interesting because I just keep trying to rack it in my brain, and I'm thinking, I love, you love yourself, but then, you're in a relationship where you have to make room, for that relationship and for the love of that relationship.
Yes, and you do, and you should, but not at the expense of yourself.
Right. You can't love someone else until you fully love yourself first.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Self-love adds to the love of the relationship. Right. So Very interesting.
So,
Very
Daryl, are you thinking that self-love still can surpass the us love? Is that what you're thinking?
And that's what and my question would be, yes, the love of the relationship, right? Because it self-love. So self-love, would that again put you kind of above or first? You know, you think of yourself first before the relationship, you know, or, you know, I love myself and I love the relationship.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm in a relationship that would not expect or want me to compromise myself. So in that way, I can put my relationship love up here. You're doing a lot of nonverbals on me here.
Because in a relationship, isn't there a lot of compromising things? And as long as it's not a non-negotiable, right? So, you know,
a lot of compromise. Yes, that's still happens. Right. That's still first and foremost. Yes.
Let's see. Okay, self-love is a requirement for the relationship. Both
I totally agree.
Have to show up.
This is an insightful Facebook user here.
Strength in the unit. Hey, whoever this is, drop your name in so we know who it is.
I have a feeling I know who this is. I may be right about that. I don't know. Reveal yourself. Reveal yourself.
Right. Okay. So self-love plus self-love equals relationship love.
Yes. There you go. You got
it. Look at that. We did the math. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, look at that. Nothing but answers. We got.
There you go. We finally figured it out.
But we know. But I do know you should always have self-love in anything you do. Right? You can't not have self-love.
No, Daryl. Because what if you're not in that relationship? What if something goes terribly wrong and you don't have that anymore? Where do you stand as a person with love for yourself?
But I think, but even in that relationship, if you don't love yourself, that relationship can't sustain. Because I can't. Sometimes I can't love you enough to love yourself. I can't love you out of whatever, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Sometimes the other person can't do it, nor is their job kind of to give you self-love, right?
Exactly.
It's self-love, self. Something about that first word, the self part. I can't help you with self-love.
No, that's work that you have to do on your own. Seriously. That's work you have to do on your own. And then maybe you will have more to give to somebody.
Boom. Great point.
Because I couldn't give to anybody till I did that work on me that I'm still doing. Yes.
Got you. And again, you're a great person to talk about these type of things because it's a consistent thing and it grows and it continues to go. It doesn't it's not to a point where oh, I love myself enough. I can stop.
No, exactly.
Right.
Constant work.
Right. Very interesting. So let's go to the other one then. So we had the one said, my boyfriend told me we are taking a break so he could think. He needs to think. He wants to take a break so he could think. He needs space and time. And it said, does this mean he basically done with our relationship? Please help. Again, I'm still, again, I tell you, I'm not, listen, a break means we're done. I don't know. I'm just me. I'm just like black and white. You need a break? I'm getting a new girlfriend. I'm just telling you what's going to happen if we take a break, right?
And for me, it's a break for what? We have to talk about. I need more information. A break from what? What are we breaking from?
Okay. I don't need to know what we're breaking from.
Yes, you do. What are we breaking from?
A break means we broke up. Okay, it's in the word break.
Daryl, we have to know why.
It's in the. You said break up. Yes.
If you don't know why, then it's a pass to just go out there and do you, like you said. We don't need that. We need to know why.
Okay, we can beg the different. I don't think we need to know why. If you need a break.
So if she just outright says, I need a break, that means, hey, we're broke up. That's it.
It does.
But she may be saying something different, Daryl. She may be saying we need a break from being up under each other so much. Let's just space it out a little bit. I'm just making up something hypothetically.
Hey, you're right. We do need a break from being up under each other. I'm going to be on top of somebody else. I'm just saying. I don't understand. Again, I think a relationship is something that you work on, and again, it's maybe times where you need to walk away from each other or something like that, right? But I don't know what a break is. That's just weird to me. How can I trust being in a relationship where someone is taking breaks multiple times? What does that mean? Because for me, and this is me, we're supposed to fight through everything together, get through the other side. Again, there's times you might need to be in other rooms, or you might want to go for a walk or drive or something like that. I get it. I get people need time, space to think and things of that nature. I'm all for that.
Break. Yeah.
But I need a break to think. If you got to think, don't think about me.
The folks that have done that, I've never done that. I've never been a fan of that in 30 some years. I don't believe it.
I was about to ask, did you ever take a break?
No. Right. I've never taken a break ever. And he's never taken a break. But I was kind of throwing that out there hypothetically for people that may have done that. I know, again, of a person that took several breaks, and she just remarried her husband, I want to say 6 months ago, and they're back together.
It would be, again, I'm like, what you doing your break? You feel me? Like you're really, to me, depending on what you're doing on your break, you're adding more stuff to argue about when you get back together. You know what I mean?
He reveals everybody reveals what they did on their break, and they're reconnecting it.
Don't reveal to me. Just say you did nothing. I want you to lie to me. Please lie to me. Because I don't want to hear that you did X, Y, and Z on your break. Like you was out here living hot girl summer break. Like I don't want to hear. I don't need that.
Okay, so can I ask you, are there ever any good reasons for a break, you think? I don't see one. If someone could, maybe tell me one. Like I said, because for me, a relationship is something that you constantly work on. I don't know what a break is going to do. A break to me means you really are not sure if you want to be here. You need some time to think about it. You need to be away from me. So I don't know. Good points.
I don't know a relationship that I would want to be in if someone would need to be away from me. Right? Like I said, I get arguing that you want to be in separate rooms, or I'm going on vacation. That's different. But to take a break, meaning suspending service. You understand me? You're like, if I take a break from my cable, I can't use my cable. It's done. Like, in this break, can I still come over and, right? What are the parameters of this break?
But what if you two together decide on the parameters, and you decide how the break's going to go and how long the break's going to be? Then is it okay? Is it valid then?
Okay, so here we go. I agree. Yeah. So what I would do is, I'm like, look, you want to take a break? Okay, take a break. All right, the break's gonna look like just like we've been doing. Everything's gonna be the same, and we're still gonna go out and see you every day. We're gonna sleep together. In your mind, it's a break, but we ain't taking no break. What are you talking about?
I wonder.
Because I would still wonder, like, why would you need a break?
Time away.
Yeah, why would you need a break? I don't know what that means. Right?
I wonder if anybody out there has ever done it, and can they give us a valid reason for possibly needing a break?
And does it work? Have you taken a break? Like, well, obviously you said your friend, they took a break and they got back together. Yep. But it probably was after both of them seen there was nothing out there. We've been together so long. We know each other. I'd rather get back with you.
Right. You might be right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what really happened. It was more like,
yeah, and they're in their 50s, Daryl. So yeah.
Right.
It's like now or never. Like, what are we doing here?
Like, how many randos can you wake up next to before you're like, I'd rather have the security of the person I know that at least they did X, Y, and Z. Right.
I think you're right about them.
Right. And a lot of people are trying to, it's weird. I see a lot of people say it's 100 things that a person can give you. And the person is giving you 75. There's 25 things he's not doing or she's doing.
Yes.
And you're complaining about the 25. Right? I need a break because you didn't do 3 of the 25 that I need you to do.
Right.
but I'm doing 75 of the things that you need me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's
So I'm
true.
giving you 75.
That's true.
You're complaining about the 3 that I'm not doing because I'm doing the 75, and I have my own life, and we had the kids, and we had this. So 75 is really the max I can give you.
That's a lot.
So my 75 is actually 100.
Yeah, it's like 100 sometimes.
You understand? My 75 is 100.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you're complaining about the 25.
Yes.
At the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
this is why you come back.
Mm-hmm.
When you get out there, you see ain't nothing out there, right? Or sometimes if you were with someone so long, you know them, they know you. Especially at 50, how much time do you have to put in to get this person to know you like the other person?
Right. You got to start from
You start from ground zero. Then all that person's whatever baggage they have has to come out. Like with the person you were with, you went through those things.
Exactly.
Right. You went through those, but sometimes we get greedy.
Yes, we do.
And people say you can have it all. You can't.
You can't. I agree with that. You can't.
Life is not Burger King. You can't have it your way.
Have it your way.
Okay, you can't.
But don't you think people use that term nowadays, especially some younger folks, to just do what they want to do for a little while?
What, the break?
The break. I hear that term a lot with younger folks. Like, oh, we're on a break. We're taking.
Well, breaks have been around since the beginning of time.
Yeah, but I hear it a lot now. I do hear it.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
I think people take breaks all the time, and usually when I hear breaks,
then somebody's taking a break for some reason. What is that?
Oh, usually it's to play. Like usually if your breaks,
that's what I thought.
If your breaks happen around like June 21st to about September 10th.
Okay, that's what I thought. It was a pass. It was a pass for fun. All right.
Right. Like, damn it, God, I can't take this.
I'm taking a 3-month break.
I need a break.
Yeah.
Yay,
there's Doc.
Hey.
See, but some people take a break and then they come back.
Yeah, they take a break from this, right? We just
Hey.
about a break. Hi.
Hey Doc, we were talking about we're gonna pull you right in.
Yeah, we need it.
Oh, introduce yourself. It's introductions. Hey Doc, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Welcome.
I'm glad you made it on.
Going against this guy without you.
I'm glad you made it on time. Doc is in the house without a doubt.
Hey people.
Yeah, you were missed.
I am sorry. I had some other stuff going on.
It's okay. We tried to hold
Doc
it down
is
for you.
She's here.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But now we got girl power back. Yes.
Jump right into it. Right? Taking breaks. We're talking about taking breaks.
Okay.
And we're talking about the reasons. Is it effective? Does it work? So I and Ruth were definitely, I said I don't take breaks.
I told you I don't either.
If you take a break, we broke up. Okay.
Final break for him. Final.
Yeah, that's it. Like I said, if you suspend service, I'm connected somewhere else. All right, I'm getting another. I'm going to another company. Right. So, how do you feel about breaks? What do you know? Are they beneficial? Do they work? Can they work?
I think they can work if you have a discussion about what the break is for.
I said that, Doc. I tried to say that.
A lot of times the break is not explained. People will say, I need a break. And then when the other person starts to move forward, like you say, Daryl, and go connect somewhere else, the other person is upset because the break wasn't explained. And I think that if you need a break from your partner, right? Say you have, for instance, some mental health stuff. You want to get treatment. You want to go to therapy. You want to get yourself together. I think that's valid. Like, I don't need to be in a relationship right now. I need to go ahead and take care of me. But I don't think that you can expect the person to wait. Some people might wait.
Right. There you go.
You can expect.
There we go.
That's
the person wait for you.
That part. See, I'm going. I'm going because my thing is, so why couldn't we do that together? If we're building a relationship,
Okay.
and this is what I want, and I'm trying to show you whatever you go through, we go through. I'm going to be here with you. I'm riding with you. You don't need to break from me to do this. We can do this together, right? That's what I would think a relationship, especially if we're building a relationship, that'd be a great base to build upon. But if you want to do something by yourself and then say, you know, I want to break, then, okay, cool, we broke up. Because I don't know why we would need a break.
But is that supportive then of the person, Daryl? If you just say, okay, then we're going to break up. Even though they're saying,
wait a minute, did y'all hear this? What she just asked me? Is that supportive when you said you wanted to leave? Didn't she say she want to leave? What kind of monkey stuff?
Like she said she wanted to leave for a valid reason, like Doc highlighted. That's different.
No. So if you heard what I say, I don't think you're listening when I said what I said. When I said what I said, the issue to me would be if we're in a relationship, we should be handling everything together. We should be facing this together. There's no reason to stop our relationship for you to fix yourself because we still need to fix ourselves together, right? So whatever you're doing, maybe I may need to know how to help you too, or maybe I need to go too, because there might be issues I have. I just think that you fixing yourself by yourself doesn't help me because in that time, that however long it is, I don't know what's going on in my head, what I'm thinking. I've changed a little bit. My work wife now is my real wife because
that whole combo. We'll fill you in later.
Since I'm allowed to have a work wife, now my work wife is taking care of me. She's getting me cookies and milk. I get to dip in the cookies, if you know what I mean.
So, you in later on that.
Oh my goodness.
Because like Doc said, you shouldn't have an expectation for this person to wait for you to get yourself together.
Right.
You want to do it by yourself. So that would be my only thing.
Okay.
Some people may be able to wait around because they don't have anything else to do.
Right.
Fine. Something about me having a life doesn't allow me to wait for you to get yourself together. Like I said, if we can't do it together, I really believe that, and honestly, I think that as a couple, I would want to face that with you because I think that's a great way to make our bond stronger because we're doing this together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey girl, we don't need a break. What, you know what? Let's do it together. Whatever you need, I'll be here. You know, I'll fall back a little bit. You know, I won't be whatever. I want to ask you questions. We can do it. That's the way I would want to do it. Because if I had an issue, I would want someone to go through it with me too. I wouldn't want to go through it by myself. Right?
But
That's
what
why
if they mentally can't carry both? What if they can't carry you and them?
Oh, well, well, if you got mental issues, I don't need to be with you anyway.
Oh my God.
Excuse him, folks. Excuse him.
Hey, you're supposed to be healed by the time you get in a relationship.
Whoa.
You can't be figuring it out. You're right. I'm like, thank you for letting me know.
Something could have happened. Like what if you lost someone while you're in the relationship and you're having a really hard time? Like Neil said, if you have a hard time managing both, your partner wants you to be there for them and do the things you were doing as a partner, but now you're in this grief and you have a hard time functioning and you say, hey, I just need free. I need to go over here and heal from this trauma or whatever.
Right.
And
No. I was saying right. I hear you. Right. But I think, again.
But I think to your point, Daryl, I would wonder why you can't allow your partner to help you through that.
Right. Right. And then the what you just used, right? The example you used, the problem I think in that would be if they're going through something, why would I expect them to do what they were doing? That means I'm not supportive anyway.
Right.
Now I could understand you needing a break then because I'm not being supportive.
I think that's
I'm not, you know, and at that point when you hear like I can't do it all, at that point she'll wake you up like, oh, I'm sorry, I got you. You know, you don't need a break. You do what you do. I'll handle the house.
Okay.
You know, I'll do these things. I'll carry this while you carry that. Right. Again, it's a partnership.
Then that's more supportive.
So and this is, I guess, like Ruth said, my experience. If as a partner I can't be there for you and you want to leave, that would be an issue for me.
Okay.
Right. I would say, look, let's find a way to fix this, work through this. And like, if you're saying, like I said, let's talk about it. You're telling me it's too much to do what I was doing before because I can't do it all and carry this.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for as a partner. Okay. I'll carry it.
So you agree on that discussion piece, Daryl, because we need the discussion to get to that.
No, well, I mean, everything should be a discussion, but I'm saying
you can't just say I'm out. Is what I'm saying.
You can say what you want to say. I mean, I can say I'm out. Absolutely. I can definitely say if no dust in the family or nothing, and you talking about break up, I'm out. Ain't nothing to talk about. No, but I mean, once you talk about it, and if I think that's, like I said, when you talk about it, then you make your assessment to see if it's even valid to you. Right? It got to be valid to me. You like, I need to break up because I've been wondering what we are and something. I'm like, well, all right, well, we ain't nothing. I'm gonna tell you, I helped you out. We ain't nothing.
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, hey, I'm all right. You know what I mean? I'm all right. At that point, now I'm gonna be out.
He's so supportive, Doc. I love it.
Wait a minute. I don't understand. That is supportive. If you're telling me that, you know, like foundationally, you don't know what we are when we've been together, then we're nothing. I'd be like, you know what? I had the same feeling. We're here. Twinning, deuces. I'm gonna get my stuff. Right. I mean, we kind of talked about this earlier. You gotta know what's right for you.
Yeah.
And it's not right for me to be with someone that's guessing me and second guess. Because again, what kind of relationship is that going to be when you're kind of second guessing if they really want to be there? Even if they come back, then it's kind of like, do they really want to be here?
Yeah.
Why they come back? Mm-hmm. And if they do it again, now it really becomes a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't. So again, I don't believe in breaks. Like I said, I understand the time you might need to take a walk. You might need to go to the different room. the normal things like normal people do. Like, I don't want to see your face right now. I can't stand you. I'm gonna go upstairs.
I think a lot of times people use "I need a break" as a way to explore what else is out there.
That's what we said. Yep, we said that as a pass to play.
Right, because I don't see the reason for ending our relationship. That's just me. I don't see the reason to do it.
Yep.
And that would be the concern that I would have. Like anything we do, we should be able to go through.
Yeah, because a lot of things can go down on a break. That's the piece. You can make babies.
You hear it all the time. Oh, we was on a break when that happened.
Yes, I hear it all the time. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what Will and Jada use for the entanglement?
That's what she used.
That's what she
said.
said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he said it too. Like, no, we were on a break.
You're not on no break and you're married.
Right. How you breaking in that?
Wait a minute, you guys have said it's a conversation. Which one is it? Can you guys be consistent? Be consistent. Which one is it?
I don't think they had a conversation, Daryl.
Doesn't sound like it.
No, it doesn't.
It must have been something because if she was doing it in the house, he wasn't there, so she had the opportunity. So there must have been something, right?
I guess you're right.
Unless he was on a movie shoot or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, and relationships are different, so they might.
You know, people use breaks. I mean, and the person whose stuff happens on use the break as a way to justify it, and continue to stay with the person.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they justify it to themselves. That's what what's her face? Oh God, the actress Gabrielle Union.
Oh, Gabrielle,
right?
Her husband.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We were on a break. That's how she justifies it so that she could stay.
Wow.
Wait a minute, didn't she even when D Wade had the baby?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Husband D Wade. Yeah. Right.
Her being the quote, not victim, but her being the person that something happened to in the relationship.
Yes.
You can justify it by saying to yourself, we were on a break.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Instead of just saying, look, he had a baby. I don't care. I don't care what y'all say. I'm going to stay with her.
Yes.
Instead of trying to justify it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were on a break.
Doc, you're right. I would respect her more, but like, listen, I'm going to stand by him. We're married. Instead of, making something up. We were married, but on a break.
Mm-hmm.
But lived in the same house. And I didn't know where it was at.
No such thing. Yep.
We lived in the same house and I didn't know where it was at.
Well, it's a big house, so maybe she didn't know.
All the cameras in the house. She watched every camera.
In the house.
Own it. You know, that's your business.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. I would respect that so much more. I never thought about that way, but it would make so much more sense than to make a lie about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you look silly lying.
So she can save face. That's all, like Doc said.
Right. When you got a whole new baby. So we're gonna go to another comment. I mean, This one was relatively new, but it's seen by a couple people. Do men in relationships always have to drive?
Always have to what?
Drive.
Oh,
Ooh,
God.
that's a good one. I don't think I saw that one. That's a good one.
You meant literally drive the car. You meant literally?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Whatever
I
driving.
wasn't sure.
Whatever
I wasn't
driving
sure
you talking about.
It was metaphorically or figuratively, like drive the relationship. I didn't know you meant like literally drive the car.
This has become a topic with a lot of couples, even with us. Yeah.
Oh my God.
This has become a
That's
topic with us.
a real topic of contention.
This is a real topic.
I've gotten out the car several times. Like, no, I'm
Yep.
done.
Yep, Doc, you're right. You're right. And it's been so many that we've had to have a discussion about it.
Oh man.
And now we're at a place. This is what we do. You drive, I drive up, and you drive back, or I'll drive either way. But you need to rest, buddy. You only drive in one way. So it's not about the gender. It's about you being tired.
Dang, man can't even drive no more. He's taking everything from us. You too, Doc? You got to drive?
Huh?
You got to drive too?
Yeah, sometimes if I want to be if I want to be sane by the time I get somewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. What are your thoughts about that, Daryl? You think that a man should drive all the time?
Yeah, because women can't drive. I'm gonna put it out there.
Come on, women can drive.
I'm a great driver.
I'm a really good driver.
Really? So how many women in NASCAR?
What's that got
wait.
to do with it? That's probably because they won't let them in.
Those are the best drivers.
Doesn't mean they can't drive.
There's one or two. There's one or two that
They
made it
won't let us drive. That's
Right.
the thing.
because they seen their driving records.
You know what? That's foul. That's really foul. And my husband taught me how to drive, and then you gonna break the rules of the road. How dare you?
Listen, because we know when and how to break the rules.
Not
Again.
with my life, Daryl. We got a say in our lives.
Oh boy.
Yes.
So listen, and this is why I would let a woman drive, because I'm tired of them trying to grab the dashboard and hit
Exactly.
and they pushing the brake on the passenger side. Ain't no brake over there. What you doing?
It
No,
means
you
you need
drive.
to slow down. That's what that is.
You drive.
Slow
You drive.
down.
You drive.
So
I
you
want
will
to
let her
get.
drive? You will let her
I want to
drive?
get there. Yes, because my anxiety is up because you over there trying to drive and turn the steering. Ain't no steering wheel. What are you doing?
Trying to
What are you
brace
doing?
yourself for the crash.
You putting a hole in my
Right.
floor. There's no brake over there. You know there's no brake over there, right?
Oh my gosh.
Nobody got time for that.
That's a real topic now, though. Yep.
Because I guess back in the day, men drove. That was the thing, right? I guess.
Right.
I think, yeah. But
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be associated with gender.
Now you independent. It doesn't. It did.
No, it
now
doesn't.
Now you independent women can drive.
Whomever is most alert for me, whomever,
Right,
Yeah.
Doc? Independent women can drive now, right?
That's terrible. That's just terrible.
I don't need a man to do nothing. You can't drive me nowhere.
No, you can drive me there and I'll drive us back when you're tired.
Now I'm tired. Now you gonna tell me when I'm tired. Wow. Dang.
Look,
Hey,
the reality is,
hug
when
is
there's
on the way.
accidents, the driver always survives. Everybody else in the car begins.
That's true, Doc.
So, hey, men, I just figured it out.
That's true.
Just know you got a secret policy on you somewhere. You got a policy on you somewhere. That's why she's driving. Just in case.
I
She'll
didn't
be
think about
okay.
that one, Doc. You're right.
Yes.
I'm driving up and back from now on. He lost one way thanks to you.
Get out of here.
Sorry, babe. Sorry.
That's how y'all doing it? Fellas, look at that. They don't care about us. They just want to make it.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, that was good, Doc. Thank you.
I don't know. I think that sometimes when men get behind the wheel, it's something like takes over them.
It does.
The competition,
It does.
the aggression. It's like They become different people behind
They
the wheel.
do.
So many men can't drive.
Yes, Facebook user, yes.
Especially in the city. Yellow flag. I think that comment is yellow flag, okay? We'll let you know. Again, you have to drive, and especially if you're, from an urban environment like myself, you drive a little differently, right? You know what I mean?
That doesn't justify it.
Listen, it's how you drive. You learn to drive differently.
But not my life. Do it by yourself. Not my life.
So I'm gonna let you know. I don't think anybody in the car wants to die. I don't think people get in the car and saying they want to die. So they're doing it. It's skill.
Like Doc said, something takes over. I don't know what you want to do, but something takes over.
Something.
I'm a whole red flag. Look at this.
Waving, Facebook user. Waving at
terrible. This is terrible. I can't.
I love it. Thank you.
Can't believe this.
Yes.
That was a good one. I didn't see that in the group. I'm glad you mentioned it.
Very interesting. I think that. But again, whoever drives, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I don't mind a woman getting there. I know we don't get there anytime soon, but I don't mind her driving.
Seriously.
Wow.
You're going to slow down at the yellow, huh? You're going to stop at the yellow? Okay, thanks. You're going to stop at the yellow.
But I think it is viewed as a sort of a macho thing, don't you?
Well, I guess before, like, men would have in the cars, they would pick the woman up, it was that whole thing. But now it's a little different, because women have their own. So you have your own car. You're used to driving. Some people like to drive, some people don't. But I guess it is kind of like it's one of those traditional things that people want to. Because again, you're supposed to open her door. I'm gonna open her door so she can drive. No, if you're driving, you just come open my door.
I really used to love driving, but not so much anymore. I'll do it if I have to, but I don't like it.
It's very anxiety laden for me anyway. It really is.
Yes.
It is. A lot of anxiety.
We're kicking you out with the attitude. I don't know.
I'm going to ask Roger. I wonder what happens with two males. How do they fight it out?
Right.
We don't.
Right.
Wait a minute. We don't have these issues. If it's your
Lou,
car, you're going to drive.
Lou, I think you're listening tonight. What happens with two males?
It doesn't happen with two males. We don't have these issues.
Then how do you resolve? How do you make a decision on it?
Whoever's car it is going to drive.
Really?
Yes. What you mean, really? Why would I drive another man's car? Why would I let another man drive my car? That's weird.
If you're a couple, it's not weird.
Oh, you're talking about.
I'm talking about Lou.
Oh, like two men or two women. Oh, very interesting. I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder how they do it if it's two men or two women. Right.
I like your idea though. If it's your car, you drive. Like if you're a 2-car family.
Oh, okay.
Your car, you drive. My car, I drive.
Right. I agree.
Okay.
We won't get in your car.
So we just gonna take the car everywhere.
Your car will have dust on it. You can flatten your tires. Like, dang, your tires flat again. Gotta take my car again. Gotta go with me again.
But he's not even in the car, and that aggressive nature has taken over. You ain't even get in the car yet.
You're right, Doc. You can tell where it's going.
Yes. Man.
Oh man, look, we just want to get there. That's all I'm saying. We want to make it to wherever
we do too, in one piece.
Do I come home every day? I do. Know why? I don't have to drive. I'll be okay. Get in the car.
That or you're aggressively running the other folks off the side.
Yes.
This is ridiculous. Just pay attention. Now we can't even drive. We got to fight to drive now.
That's it.
Taking everything from us.
You're taking it from yourselves driving.
100 miles an hour. One thing at a time.
All right, so
but then they talk, hey fellas. But then they talk about traditional.
There's more women in NASCAR than I thought.
How many?
There are some. Yeah.
16 in the Cup Series and 29 in the Truck Series.
Okay.
I told you, yes, there are a lot more coming.
We're getting there. We're breaking these barriers. Yes.
The only name I know is Danica Patrick. I do know her name.
Right. Oh yes, sharing the car is fine. Sometimes
There
you
you
don't
go.
feel like driving.
There you go. Thank you, Facebook user.
Like I said, I don't mind her driving. I just want to get there.
That's not necessary to say that part.
Oh,
Right.
I'm sorry.
You
Right.
said a
You
little
did
too
not
much.
need to. Exactly. You
Yeah.
should say, I don't
So-
mind her driving. Full
Period.
stop.
Period.
Speed limit 65. You just want to do 60, huh? Okay. All right. All right. Hey, you know your blinker been on for 3 miles, right? Are we gonna turn? I don't know. I'm just pointing it out.
Well, nothing's worse than a backseat front driver, and that's worse.
Right. Yes.
I'd rather you drive than to keep talking.
No. There's something worse than a backseat driver. The driver that's putting the passenger that's putting a hole in the floor trying to hit the brake that's not there. Oh my God, I got close to that car. I didn't get close to the car. I wasn't close to the car at all.
I think
I
he lets
wasn't.
me drive just because, so that I'll be quiet.
Absolutely.
I really do.
Another thing we do. See, again, women don't understand some of the things we do for you guys. Like, we really let you drive because we don't want to hear it. We're doing that for you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You need to be thankful. That's another thing you should be, because it's ridiculous. But
And-
Doc, let's switch topics real fast. The gun safety one.
Mm.
I think that was a very good topic to bring up about gun safety. And when do you teach kids about it, or how do you teach? Because right now, a lot of kids are dying at the hands of guns.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. And you're finding guns everywhere, more and more and more. You're finding them everywhere, and then people don't know how to use them or how to put them up or things of that nature.
Which I think is why you should have a professional teach your kid, not you telling her, oh, this the safety, this the clip, this how you know. You need to sit down somewhere and take your kid to a range or a private person to teach them about guns and gun safety.
I like that
I don't
idea,
think
Doc.
parents should do it.
I like that idea a lot.
But what if the parents are now? I don't know, because I seen one guy. I guess he was very trained in the gun, and then he taught all his kids. It was a black guy, they should learn, and he trained them all. But he was very trained. He was very trained.
Where's his training?
What'd you say?
I said, where did he get his training?
Right. Good question.
Because you know what, it's for me, it's the same thing with, not the same thing, but it's similar to driving. You might teach your teenager how to drive, you've been driving for 20 years, but you don't follow any of the rules.
Very good point.
So all the stuff that you're teaching your kid, they might not know everything that they really need to know. So I think it's the same thing with gun safety. I don't think that you should be the one, because you learned how to use guns, playing with guns. I don't think that you should be the one to teach them.
So what age would a gun safety instructor start teaching the kid then?
I don't know. I don't know what age they start, but I know my daughter had her first lesson at the range at 10.
Wow.
Got you. But I think that I kind of agree with that guy was saying. That's late if you're gonna have him if you're having him in the home. If you're just getting them to teach them, that's fine. But if you have them in the home, you need to start teaching that kid, like I said, everything else early.
Okay.
I agree with that. If you have them in the home, I agree.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that. And she did. She went with me when she was 10.
Wow.
When I got my carry permit.
Wow.
Gotcha.
So it would, but of course, you still do the other safety stuff. You don't leave the gun on the table.
Right.
You still lock it up. You still, do all the things that, could prevent or try to prevent an accident.
Yes.
At home,
Yes.
But the safety for the kids is just in case they find it. Because you don't know. If they find it, this is what they need to know. Or if they're at another kid's house.
That's what I wrote in.
And they see a gun.
Mhm.
This is what you do. That's actually one of the questions I ask children when I'm doing eval. If you're at one of your friend's house and your friends say, "Come here, look, I want to show you this gun," and they show you a gun, what do you do?
Right.
Some kids say they play with it.
Wow.
That's not the answer I'm looking for.
No, of course.
Right, and that's the answer.
I'm looking for.
It sounds like a parent who hadn't talked to him about it. Never brought it up.
Wow.
And it's they're in so many homes.
So many.
With people
Right.
who don't secure them properly.
Agreed.
So I think it's a valid question.
Mhm.
And it's something to talk about with your children, especially if you allow them to stay at their friends' houses.
Yep.
You don't know what's going on at the friend's house.
Totally agree.
Right.
But
Mhm.
but I agree with you, Daryl. I think that if you have one in the house, that it should the safety teaching should be as early as you have one in the house.
Right.
Yep.
But the discussions can be had as soon as you start letting them stay at other people's houses.
Right. I think this would be something you just right now you should know to say. Talk about gun safety because, like I said, kids are bringing them to school in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So you can't. It's one of them things like, I could wait a little bit, to protect their innocence. You can't anymore.
No,
You
just
can't.
like the
The
3-year-old
world's not
shot
allowing
his
it.
mother.
Yes.
I don't even know how. So yeah, I think just like when you teach them body safety.
Yep.
Some people want to wait and say,
Right,
no,
right.
I don't want to, like you said, Daryl, I don't want to destroy their innocence.
Right.
But they need to know about body safety because
Mhm.
they're predators out there.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
Absolutely.
Might as well
And
talk about it all
It's
together.
like one of the biggest discussions. I mean, like I said, I put my daughter in, sex therapy at or sex, whatever it was, some type of sex.
Sex ed.
Like some sex
Mhm.
therapy thing that when she was like 4, to teach her body, safety and what to do and all these things. It was really good.
Good.
But even with that, she's still like, I don't let her stay out. I'm like, you can't stay out anywhere. And it's still an argument now. She's like, I'm 10. I'm
Of
okay.
course. Mhm.
I can stay.
I'm double digits.
And I'm like, no, you can't. You never will. And because sometimes they don't understand, it may not be the parent you're letting them stay with, but whoever comes over their house. Could be a brother, cousin, friend,
Yes.
uncle,
Yes.
nephew, whatever that come over, aunt, whatever that comes over,
Yep.
and they could be the problem.
Yes.
And
And
I try to-
know a lot of times it's other children.
Or
Because
other children.
parents will say, "Oh, it's all the kids. They can play together." It's not a
No,
big
you
deal.
are
They
so
can
They,
play
right.
all
they
of
just
together."
girls.
Yep.
They just boys.
It
And
could be the other children for
And
sure.
they, right. Because you don't know what's going on in that child's home or what they're exposed to. And they may
You
be
gotta
doing
be
something that's
careful.
kind of either natural to them or they're expressing
You
whatever
gotta
happened to
be
them. And you won't be aware of it because you're like, oh, they're all girls. It's okay. It's all boys. It's okay.
No, it's not.
If you're having boys and girls, then good luck with it. But
Right.
But
Mhm.
a lot of times parents take that as an opportunity to take a break when they got a bunch of
Mm,
kids.
For
over.
sure.
It's like, oh, the
Absolutely.
kids, they'll be fine.
They'll
Right.
entertain themselves,
They'll
right?
entertain each other. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the way you would want them to. Yes.
And that's the
It's
problem.
often.
because you don't want to believe that anything's going to happen. Sometimes as parents, we don't want to think about the negative, so we just like everything's really fine.
Mhm.
So we let them do things, and the problem is we're not being as cautious as we should be.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm overly cautious. I'm trying to find a balance, but I'd rather be overly cautious.
I
I'd
ain't
rather
mad
be overly than under. You know what I mean? I'd rather be over.
Topic, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah. I'm not. I'd rather be over because I'm like, I'd
Stay
rather be
over.
like
Stay
You know,
over.
the party you didn't go to because I wouldn't let you, and you found out something happened to somebody else. Like, see, you could have been there, rather than go to the party and something happened to you.
Yep.
Because now I gotta go to jail.
Wow.
I don't want to go to jail. I like freedom, so
Like-
I don't.
Like Doc expecting me on here on Fridays. I can't be in jail.
Right, like we
That's
can't
right.
do this from the cell. I don't think I have the capabilities to do this from the cell. I can't do
Or
it on
not
Friday.
R.
I
Kelly,
can't.
you cannot cut a record in jail.
You feel me?
You can't come on the show,
Live
Right.
from Cell Block 2.
right?
So that's
Wow.
live from Cell Block 2.
Yeah, I think you find a way.
I was definitely an overly cautious parent.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I still am. It's like, stop already. Roger lives up the street. I'm like, you didn't say you got in. He's like, "Mom, I
Hilarious.
live up the street. I'm like, yeah, but these streets are wild, okay?
Right?
Wild.
It takes you a hot second. I'm in the house.
That's it. Give me a thumbs up. I don't even need words. Give me a thumbs up so I can sleep.
Right. Yeah.
And Drake is like, forget it. You'll just be up all night. He is so rebel.
He ain't even letting it. Nah, he ain't giving me that satisfaction, huh?
Nope. He's not giving it to me.
But yeah, you gotta be cautious.
Yeah. Different day and
There
time.
is a balance because you do also want to help your children become independent.
Yes, you do.
And
So,
I told
speaking
him,
about
you're going to
independent,
ruin that. You're going to ruin it.
about-
You're going to live with you till she's 40.
I don't see the problem in that. You keep saying something
I
I
knew
don't
you
see.
didn't.
Okay.
You're like, so?
Like, really? So the one post, it was from Michael Basin. Why do some women feel the need to announce I'm independent? I never heard a man say that.
And I said that I think that sometimes it's that declaration. You have to prove it to yourself.
That's true.
Yeah.
No,
Sometimes
you
you
really-
need to,
Get it out there.
sometimes, that might be something she's saying every day to help her.
Help her what?
You go into the mirror. I'm independent. I'm strong. I'm beautiful.
Resilient.
That
Mhm.
sometimes that's that fake it till you make it kind of stuff.
So
Good point, Doc.
so people want credit for things they're supposed to do. Like, I pay my own bills. Everybody's supposed to pay their own bills. Are we? I don't need no man
I think
to
it's a
drive me to
good
work.
question though. Why would a woman feel the need to say something like that when she meets a man? I pay my own
But-
bills. Oh, we
like I
know because you got a place to live and you have
Right.
a car and
Yep.
we know
Yep.
that you
Like-
pay your
Like,
You
you're
might,
adulting.
we-
You're
we
adulting.
think that you pay your bills. You got all these
Right.
things.
Right. I don't know. You're adulting and you're shouting it out that I pay my bills. Okay.
Maybe she just wants to make it clear that she's not going to, need to lean on this man. I don't know.
No. I think it's like Doc said. You're. It's a declaration to
Disregard me.
yourself. It's like, who are you trying to prove it to, me or you? And that you're yourself. Like, I think it's a self-grandizing type statement. It's about you. Because like I said, men, I've never heard of man. I'm an independent man. Wait, what? What'd you say? No, we're just living. It's like, what are we talking about here? And I think, but the mindset of it, I think, is very dangerous.
Why?
So I don't need no man. It's like everybody saying,
okay,
just like someone
okay.
saying, I don't need nobody. Well, no, you do need people. We do, right? So that mindset, you said enough, you can start to believe it, and now you could push people away, isolate yourself, things of that nature,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I think sometimes people take that kind of statement too
far.
far because as human beings, we do, that's been proven a long time ago that we need touch.
Yep.
I mean, research. They did research on it. Even though they can't do that kind of research these days, but they did the research where they had the babies that nobody touched versus the babies that got hugs, and we know that it's part of our development.
Yep.
Part of healthy development.
I agree, Doc.
And as human beings, we do kind of, depend on each other for those
Absolutely.
kinds of things.
And what I would say
I
is,
think that. Go ahead.
no, the only thing I'm gonna say real fast with that saying, I don't hear other groups really saying that. Like, I don't hear white women talking about we're independent. I don't hear, Asians or Jewish women or, I don't hear that. Mostly I hear it in our community, right? I don't really hear many white women like, I'm independent, girl, or I'm free from anyone else's
BS.
anyone else's control. I'm free from anyone else's control.
Part of it could be that women think that we're, especially if you talk about Black women, people may think that we want to be taken care of. That we want somebody to do for us all the time. So that could be part of it, that declaration of, no, I'm independent. And if I want you in my life, it's because I want you, not because I need you to do anything for me.
Right. That's what I was saying. Just making it clear at the door. I'm not going to need to lean on you.
I hear that, but like I said, I don't hear other groups saying it.
Maybe they
Right.
don't feel the need.
Well, that's what I mean. So again, why do we? And again, maybe these reasons, but why are we doing it, right? And well, if you say you heard all women say that again, so we're talking about outliers for the most. We're talking about the most. We want to have a,
You know what?
we
Shut
want.
up.
No, I mean, okay, we heard
There
someone
you
say
go.
something. Okay, cool. So we heard two people say it. I've never heard a white woman say it. I've never heard a Jewish woman or an Asian woman. I haven't said it. And only time if you do hear it said in those cases, they have a whole bunch of black friends.
Oh.
Okay, so they're saying it because they're co-opting or adopting the language of the people they're around. I just don't see that as a whole in these groups.
Maybe, Daryl, it's because maybe those ethnicities it's assumed they are independent and that we're not.
Well, again, that's what I it has to be something, right? When we're running around,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I think it also, to me, pushes more of that divide between black men and black women, right?
Mm.
Because when you're saying you're independent, usually you're talking about it from a black man, right? And I'm like, well, she's independent. Oh, she don't need me.
She can be independent and still need you, right?
If you tell me I ain't independent, I don't need no man. You kind of said you didn't need me.
No, not
You
I
just-
don't need no man. That's a different statement than I'm independent.
They usually go hand in hand.
No, they do not.
Oh, they do? So I'm an independent woman?
You can
And
be independent and still need a man, right?
I'm just saying, they usually go hand in hand. I'm an independent woman. I don't need no
I'm
man.
independent.
See how I rolled off my tongue together? It actually is. became,
Doesn't make it together, Jack.
Right. Right.
Does not make it go together.
Oh my God.
Look, Daryl, I consider myself independent.
right. And you
And
may, and look, I'm sorry, this lady
My
said,
man. So why can't we have both?
hey, listen, if you say so, I'm saying, I don't hear about stuff
Why
like,
can't I have both? Why?
I'm just saying, I don't hear about stuff like, I'm independent. Because well, first of all, we all are independent. You're saying something that you don't have to say. We all are independent. We all have to, if we're living in society kind of at a certain level, you're paying your bills, we're all independent. So you're saying something you don't necessarily have to say. So I'm mostly Asian friends because I'm Asian. Well, again, a lot of people co-opt or adopt the black culture. It's the leading culture in the world. Our verbs, our language, everything about us is really taken. So you may hear people saying it, right? And you're around a lot of people. So, but are they saying it in your native language? Or are they saying like, I don't need no man, girl? How are they saying? Because even the way I just said it would be the reflective of how they interpret it or where they got it from. You know, I don't know. That's a question I'm just asking. I wouldn't know the answer to that question, but I would think that if someone was saying it, they adopted it from our culture. It's not something that I think that Asian women are saying as a whole. You know, we're all independent women. I just don't know. It could be, might not be.
I just don't think it goes along with not needing a man. I don't know. Maybe it's taken that way.
Because it's usually said that way. I'm just saying they go in tandem usually. They go hand in hand. I don't need and yeah. Go together.
They don't have to go together.
They don't have
Let me
to.
ask
I
you
don't know why
this.
you guys
Let me
put them
ask you
together.
this. Could it be that, and just listen, just hear me out. Could it be that with other races, it's kind of expected that when they get with a man, they'll be taken care of. So they don't have to declare their independence to make a man not think to make a man not believe that they, you see, to make a man
I see what you're saying.
that they don't need them in order to get a man. You know what I'm saying? But because black women are often seen, if they want to be taken care of, as gold diggers. It's not expected that we be taken care of. So could it be that they say, I'm independent, I don't need nobody to take care of me, as a way to not have that stigma?
Yeah. I think maybe.
It could be, right? It definitely could be that. But it's weird because could be. I mean, definitely.
I typically hear it when men assume we need help.
It just made me think about as Daryl's saying, these groups of women may not say it as much or don't say it at all or whatever. But I'm like, as
You might be right about
many
that.
people of the Asian culture and white people that I've talked to or counseled, or people who are getting married and stuff like that, it's kind of like the man is going to take care of you. That's just,
it's a given.
It's a given. You don't have to work a lot. They don't have to work if they don't want to. Things like that. It seems to be a given. So
it's not. I think, and I got to look at the stat up. I can't remember, but I think it was like 86% of black men are married to black women, right? Which means they are being taken care of. The narrative may not reflect that. I don't know if they're
being taken care of in their marriage.
Oh.
It depends. I mean, they might be married, but being taken care of in the way that I'm talking about it. Like, you could quit your job tomorrow.
Oh.
So
like, it's not expected that you share in the household expenses.
But again, no, see,
that's what I'm talking about.
But see, there's another, it's a falsehood, because most people, even here, we're talking about in America, right? Dual income families. There's not many families where you have one person just making
that's not the reality. I'm saying, but the expectation. I'm not saying that's not the reality.
Oh,
there are a lot of two income households, but the expectation I've seen in a lot of these other cultures is that it's not expected. Like, you can do it if you want, but it's not expected.
Okay.
Very interesting.
You want to work, you want to keep your job, you want to be independent of me as your husband, fine. But I'm not going to say that you have to do that.
Again, I think that's just a narrative that's put out there that's not reflective by stats. I think it's part of the divide, and how we got here and all that, our lineage and how we look at each other. I think that's a big part of it. Just how we view each other, the natural, not natural, but we'll say the learned hatred of each other, right? Right. That's it. So most families there's not many families where you can, because if we start breaking it down, someone would have to make like $250,000 to have a household of 4, right? To afford all that. That's like the top 15% of men and that's all across the board. So most people are not getting that, but again, that's the dream we talked about, that kind of Doctor alluded to, that people want. And then if you feel that it's not going to be given to you because this is what's being portrayed, but if, like I said, if 86% of black men are marrying black women, I don't know how accurate that would be in that thought process. I don't know how true that, thought process is. But again, I get it too, because black women have been in the home raising the kids. I think it's 2/3 of the homes have a single black mother raising the children. So they've been forced to be independent of anyone, because they haven't had the help. And they've been doing it all by themselves for so long, and for generations. It's almost, this is what it is. It's like a learned innate. So I understand that women say that. And again, I'm not even upset they say that, because again, if men would have to step up to break that, right? Men would have to step up to
change that.
I guess make them understand that, look, we are here to help you. Because even if a man comes around, it's hard for a woman. I get it. It'll be hard for you to let your guard down, because there's been so many F-boys around that I can't really trust you to do what you said you do, because I'm not going to. We have to have a house, so I cannot put down. Even when men talk about masculine energy for women, well, we put you in that position, so I get it. So I hate when we have that conversation and they're acting like women are wrong when you've made them be this way for so long. And men won't hear that.
Okay.
Men won't hear that. They won't hear that it's kind of our fault. You out here with that masculine energy. You need to submit to me. Well, why would you, when there's so many F-boys around here? You guys haven't really been men. You haven't been leading. And we've been raising the families. 2/3 of the families we've been raising by ourselves.
Yep.
What are you talking about? Right. So I do get why women feel that way, and it's actually a shame that they have to feel that way. And it seemed like, and I'm gonna be honest, like men, a lot of men I think have actually become more laid back because their women are going to do it. Like they're almost upset that women are doing it. So they're like, well, you're going to do it anyway. I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to let you take the trash out. We talked about this. You take the trash out.
We're back at the trash, man.
Yeah. Right. Because we are at this point, we're even failing you now by not even saying, no, let's step up. Let's step up. Let me get in this kitchen, take this trash out. Let me go change whatever you feel like being a man is, whatever it is that she needs to do so she can be in her feminine energy, so she can finally be like, yo, he's doing it. Like, and I was saying something the other day, like, stop asking women, just do it. If you just do it, then they'll get used to you doing it, and then they can let down their masculine energy, and be more feminine because they know that they can count on you to do it. And I was like, wow, this is very interesting. It was so interesting to me to hear that. I'm like, yo, that's right. Instead of us fighting you about you being so masculine, how about we help you not be? Right? How about we help you not be? And I'm like, yo. Wow. And even the program I was watching, the men could not receive it. They kept saying, no, the women, but the women, he's like, I'm not talking to women, right? I'm talking to men. It's your fault. And like, no, we're good men. Well, are you? Everybody want to be good. Are you? Because again, like I said, so I do believe that, we as men have to be more consistent, step up, not always ask you what needs to be done. Do it. Just do it. Do it without her thinking about it. So she don't even have to think about it. She's like, no, he got me. So now she can be in her full feminine energy and can let some of that masculine energy go. So we have to help by doing our part.
Good points.
So,
good points. Did everybody hear that out there?
No, we do, because we have to change. It ain't going to change until we help it to be changed.
It's not.
No, like I said, no one can stop doing something until somebody steps up and do it.
And consistently, like you're saying.
Yes.
Where they know it's going to happen.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So men have to be stronger and not get so butthurt. We are fragile, bro.
Yeah.
Men are so fragile. Like, yo, bro, she's all masculine. She's doing everything. Somebody got to do it, right?
Right.
She coming home, she cooking, she cleaning, she doing everything, and you sitting back and doing nothing. That don't make sense.
Nothing.
That don't make sense.
No.
So,
and then wonder why she's proclaiming, I'm independent. No.
No, I get it. Like I said, I'm really understanding more, and I understand why. I mean, I guess I can see why they say it, or because they have to be, and they got to, I guess, broadcast it. And I guess they're broadcasting like, because I don't want to do this. I'm strong and independent. I don't want to be.
Yes, that's the part that they're not saying, right?
Right. I don't need no man because I'm doing it because I'm already being him. So and now, okay. So I guess we talk through it. I see it. I don't need no man because I'm doing it.
I'm already doing it.
What do I need you to do? There's really nothing you can do for me, and it's a shame. I get it. For some women, there's nothing you can do for them if you guys are doing the same thing. I work. I wash clothes. I cook. So what are you going to do to make this person's life better? What are they going to do to make your life better? And that's what it really comes down to at this point, because like we all can do the same things. Like and how you set up your home is how you set up your home. But at the end of the day, we all can do the same thing. Well, what am I do different? Well, I'm gonna step it up so you don't have to do.
Exactly.
I want to step it up so you don't have to do. Right. I want to take some things off your plate so you can be that. I kind of want to date a man. I don't. I personally don't. So, but by knowing what I know now, it's like, well, let me help her to not have to be in this energy as much as she was before.
Makes sense.
Let me help her. Like I'm driving all the time.
No, we don't need you to do that part. We don't need you to do that part now. Listen to what she's saying.
See, had to bring her back.
We don't need you to do everything.
I gotta break it. Hey, you sit there and look pretty. I got this.
I want to look pretty getting there in one piece. Nah.
See, it's the problem. See, here we go. I know. See, right here. See,
with one eye knocked over here.
Okay.
90 miles an hour.
I was talking to a couple who had that exact discussion where he was saying that, he married her because she was strong and independent and could do everything on her own and didn't really need him to do anything. And she said, well, I married you so I wouldn't have to
do all of that. Right.
Yes. Like, Yeah, you're supposed to be contributing to my life.
And does he get that, Doc? I mean, is he getting that? The understanding?
I think he's starting to.
Okay.
I think he's starting.
Wait,
That's an important piece.
But he didn't get
No.
it. He didn't get it at first because
no,
he thought
no.
that she was being too demanding. Like,
Because
she's
she
being too
was.
demanding.
It takes two people, right? It takes him to understand, but her also to let him do it.
Mhm.
Well,
Right.
if he's willing
It takes
to,
two
yes.
No. See, again, what happens is once you do something, if the person, follows behind you or you complain about how they did it, remember, we can break someone's spirit, right? So if I take the trash out or you want me to fold the towels and I don't fold them the way you want to fold them and you go back and fold them differently, then I'm like, I'm not gonna do it again.
That wasn't there.
No, I'm just saying in general. So
Yeah.
whatever it is,
Yeah, that
you have
can
to,
definitely happen. Yes.
it takes both people in learning. So
Yes.
when I do more to help out, you got to also now let your guard down more too.
Yes.
Right. But in the beginning, we have to understand that it's not going to be a change overnight. So I may do it, but you still may not allow me to do it at the level I need to do it. But then I can't give up. That's what usually happens. Right. Because I'm still doing it. You're still doing it. Or you're still, right here checking me. We have to also let me do it. And you got to also back down a little bit.
Yes.
If I go for it, you got to go back. So it's both of us. It's not just did he hear it. She has to hear it too. Because I understand she wants something. But what are you going to do to get what you want? Right? Are you going to acquiesce a little bit? Are you going to fall back a little bit? Or the first time he doesn't, shit, that's what I'm talking about, that's why I do it. Well, if that's going to be the answer, then I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We hear you.
So, and that's what I think we have to do. We both, it's a lot of work to be done on both sides, a lot, and less pointing fingers. I think that's the problem. We do a lot of pointing fingers. Oh, it's her. She's too mad. Oh, it's him. He's too controlling. Whatever. Well, let's talk about what that really means or where it comes from, and then let's try to decide how to fix it and move forward. And that's why Doc is here. That's
right. Doc's in the house
She's
to
gonna
help us
fix
out.
you guys.
Mhm.
She's gonna fix you guys and get you right. And
Thank goodness.
I don't know how many sessions
people don't listen to me either. They act like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Man, that
Like,
Joan
she
don't know
just
what
made
she's talking
that
about.
up.
Right. Really.
Well,
That's
then
what
they
we're supposed to
don't
do.
want the help, Doc. Then they
So
don't.
we're supposed to communicate with each other. We're supposed to listen to each other.
Listening is a big factor. Hearing is a big factor.
And I think it's tough because even the one post we had where the girl said I wish we could choose our baby fathers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what was that?
And this is a real comment. Like, people are really, this is real. I wish we could choose our baby fathers.
You can.
Interesting. You did. What do you mean? You
Right,
can.
you
You
did.
did.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, you did.
Nobody well, I don't know who knows, but you.
What does that mean?
I wish I could talk to this person. Like, what did you mean?
What does that
Maybe
mean?
you didn't express it the way you wanted it to mean, but what did
what
you
were
mean?
you thinking when you said that?
What were you thinking when you said that? Because that's insane. That is insane. Unless I don't know what she was thinking.
I don't think she knew.
No, because I don't know. It's a strange.
Maybe her baby father chose her and she didn't choose.
Well, yeah, maybe that's it, Doc.
Maybe
I don't know what it is.
got her pregnant.
That's it. That's it. And she wished she had made a choice in that. Yep.
And men too, because this is something they were saying too. They were talking about, women always having these babies, and if I don't want to be a dad, why are you having it? And I don't have no say in it. Sir, you didn't have to come in her, okay? You didn't have to do whatever you did to get her pregnant. If you didn't get her pregnant, there's no problem, right? You can't just be out here recklessly.
Yeah.
No, you have some choice in that too.
I have a controversial opinion on that.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me, what's your controversial opinion?
I think that if you get pregnant and the guy doesn't want to be bothered and you decide to have the baby, you cannot expect him to be involved and on any level. I don't think you should run and take him to child support court. I don't think you should be showing up on his doorstep. That's just my opinion. Because if you decided to have an abortion, you wouldn't ask his opinion. You would just go and do it.
Right.
So I know it's controversial, but that's what I believe. I don't if if you know, even though you both laid down and you know and created that, maybe, if one of you say you don't want it, especially if it's the woman, you're gonna do something to get rid of it.
Right.
And he will have no say because he can't make you keep it.
Right.
So I think the reverse should be true as well. If you decide to keep it and he says, look, this is not something I want to be involved in, I don't think you should force him.
And no, Doc, I thought that way until I was, and I think it all comes down to how it happened. If you just y'all both are cool with dudes shooting the club up, then I think that's on you, bro. I think if you shoot the club up, whatever happens is on you. Because I mean, we know what happens. 1 + 1 is 2. So if I shoot the club up and she gets pregnant, I can't be like, I don't want that, because you didn't have to shoot the club up. If you didn't want that, you could have did things to prevent that.
Okay.
So with that, in that way of looking at it, I'm like, nah, bro, you can't get off the hook like that. You know what I mean? You can't. You can't, because we have the choice. We can't absolve men of the choice or the actions that they're taking. Now, if I had a condom on and it broke, or you said you were taking birth control when it happened, these are different circumstances, right? You know, but if I'm just out here shooting the club up and she gets pregnant, I'm like, what? You got pregnant? Yeah, you got pregnant. What do you think will happen? Like, that to me is not something you can complain about. You can't be out here having fun like that recklessly, because at that point, y'all both consent to have a baby. You just, to me, you gave your consent.
That's another.
You came in that girl. You know what I mean? You did.
That's another way to look at it.
Right. And that's what
you're both being irresponsible.
Yes.
Right.
And she decides to keep it.
That's on you.
You're on the hook.
You're on the hook, because you know what? Yeah. You could have pulled out. You could have had a condom on, birth control, face, whatever else. There's a lot of other places could have landed, right? So.
We get it.
I could go with that. I could go with that.
Right? So that really changed my mind hearing that thought process, because you do have to, like I said, if I had a condom on, that's different, right? We're on birth control, that's different. But if, like I said, out here,
or you lied. Yeah.
Well, even her lying, like, you still could be like, are you sure you're on birth control? Let me see. Right? If I see a pack, that's different.
I know, but most people not doing all that.
But again, we know the consequence. Like, as a man, see, this is the problem. Men are not being men. As a man, if I'm going to be talking about I'm a leader and I'm going to do things, well, do it right. If I shoot the club up, I know it comes with that, right? I know it comes with that. If I go to a real club and shoot it up and people die, I can't be like, oh, I didn't know he was going to die. I go to jail for that? No, you go to jail for that. So if you are out here just shooting people's clubs up and they're getting pregnant and now you're like, well, I don't want that. No, you did want it. You did. Because you signed up for it. She didn't make you do it. You chose to do it by yourself. That's on you, bro. So you can't now say, I don't want that.
That's
after you both signed the contract. Right? Because you did it. You did it to yourself.
When you could have made a choice, you didn't make it.
You could have made a whole bunch of choices.
Okay.
You could have made a different choice than to do what you did. So now you can't, for me, I feel now you can't be like, oh, what? You're pregnant? Like, how can you even question that? Like, you should be like, you're not pregnant? Woo! Right? That's what should happen.
Unless you shot the club up with your homies.
Well, that's his baby. I got nothing to do with me. Baby, figure it out. Not me. Maury, you are not the father.
Oh my. That's a new term for me. I didn't know that one. Shoot the club.
I know. I've never heard that either.
Club up. Yeah. I'm gonna say, Drake, make sure you ain't out here shooting the club up. Wait till he's gonna say, oh, where did you learn that one? Thanks, Daryl.
Yes, listen, I'm telling you, fellas, if we're gonna be men, right? We have to start being men, right? And we have to start leading. We can't just now do something and then put it on the woman. That's not mannish. That's not being a man. I did this, but your fault. How dare you do this to me? I don't want no baby. I remember 9 months ago when you were laying with me. You didn't say you didn't want one then because you said you didn't pull out. You fell asleep in there actually. So what do you think was gonna happen?
How about birth control pills for men? Would men take them?
I think they would, because I mean the biggest thing you worry about is pregnancy for men. That's what we really we don't worry about disease. Anybody worry about that? She look good. She can't have nothing.
They don't worry about trees growing out there.
Nah.
Wow.
All right. Hey, what's that smell?
Right. They care about the stinky frogs.
So I
they
think
just
that
don't want a baby.
No baby.
right. I don't think there's anything different than a woman who does birth control to not have a baby. I think men would take it, depending on what the side effects are. Because if the side effects are it won't work, then I'm not going to do that. We got to see what the side effects are.
Okay, but
other than that, I think
No,
men
come
would
on.
take
They
it.
don't care about the side effects of the
When we take
Viagra, the Cialis. They don't care about the side effects of that.
But what is I thought the side effect was only like a stuffy nose or something. Is anything else better?
What?
I got a little runny nose. I get a tissue.
I think it's more than that, Daryl.
Well, I don't know. I know one of my friends uses it, and he says that he used it the first time he with the girl to show, like, to put on a show that so she'll come back. I don't know if he does the second time, but anyway, he said that it makes his nose stuffy or something like stuffy or something. I don't know what that means, but it's stuffy. I'm like, really? Like, I don't know how I have sex and have a stuffy nose.
Huh?
Start talking funny, like, yeah, girl, you like that? Because you know the stuff. You like that?
But you said side effects for that. Women have side effects all the time from the birth control they use.
Right, but then don't they change it or give you different ones that's kind of better
I
for
don't
your
care
body or
what you
something
do
like
with
that?
it. There's always going to be probably some side effect.
Like what?
Oh, all kinds of stuff.
But,
all kinds of stuff.
like what?
Yeah, the weight part is one of it.
Oh, you mean the birth control make you get broke up with?
Make you get
what? Because you get fat? It make you get broke up? It's terrible.
That is terrible.
Oh, that's too funny, Daryl. That is a side effect of ED meds. Nasal congestion.
Yeah, that's my man was saying.
Headaches, dizziness, nasal
my.
congestion, vision problems, diarrhea, heartburn.
Oh, I would never take those things.
And that's a reason to break up
Color
too.
vision change.
You know what? Let me stop lying. Let me stop lying.
You would still take it.
Hey, listen.
Wait, temporary
Cookie.
color vision changes, hearing loss, heart problems.
Oh my, that's not worth it. Oh Lord.
Ruth, you're not a man. It's worth it.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No.
I'm telling you it is.
Daryl, you do not compromise your health for that.
Oh, we do it all the time when we go raw. What you talking about? If you can go raw, then you ain't worried about no little heart problems.
You don't want to die laying right there.
The heart palpitations, that'll go away.
I don't want you to die right there with me.
Just give me a Sprite. Give me a Sprite.
So I thought your hair was brown. Why is it green? Because your vision, your color vision, that changed.
Hey, I ain't here to see you. I ain't here to see you.
They're in dark anyway, Doc. They don't need to see. They don't need to see. They don't need to smell. Nothing.
I don't need none of that. This headache can go away. Just take some aspirin for this headache, but I'm going to come. I'm gonna let you know. Came here for a reason.
The side effects that I have heard on a serious note, where the erection never goes away. The erection never goes down.
Doesn't go away.
And then you got to be wheeled into the hospital like that.
Yes, because they have to drain the blood out of it.
Yes.
I mean, if I'm gonna be wheeled in, I'm gonna be wheeled in like this, like a hoagie. I'd rather be wheeled in like a hoagie than not. Did you see that? And like, yeah, it's all me, girl. Oh, it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad.
No hope there, Doc.
That's the way I want to come in. Girl, did you see it? It was like a hoagie. It was like a Wawa foot long. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I'm be coming there giving out business card. Call me later. Oh, it's so bad. You still call me.
Slide in my DM as they willing them in.
Call me.
That's so sad.
I guess it is worth it.
To Daryl, yes. To Daryl, yes. We've established that.
Oh man. Regina is the best thing on this earth, okay? I'm just saying.
I can't.
So yeah, I think that, but again, I just want men to start being men, and your decision is your decision, right? And if you're doing something, the consequences are up to you, right? Like I said, I get it if it's, like I said, the condom, but if you're just shooting clubs up, don't get mad. You can't get mad at her for now having that baby. You know what I mean?
Which I think is you should. There should be a discussion before that, before you shoot the club up. Like, yo, we about to do this. What's going to happen if you get knocked up?
Good point.
And I remember there were a couple girls that I have dated, and they were like, "Yo, if I get pregnant, I'm keeping it." I'm like, "Oh, really?" Yeah, good luck with that. I'm out. Because I think once you know the threat is there, that it could happen, you're going to be definitely, you know what I mean? You're definitely, and again, if you get us before we wake up and all the blood leaves we can think. So, but after the blood leaves, we're going to do whatever.
That's a small window, right? Small window.
Yes.
Small window.
Talking about maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Small window. If you got to get us before that, right? Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta get us early.
Better hurry and have that discussion, Doc.
We go dumb fast. I know. I'll be dumb fast. I just.
You gotta get him to sign a waiver or something. Yeah, sign this before you get dumb.
Why did you let me do that? Why did you let me do that? Why did you push me off?
No, he needs.
Because you got strong. You know how strong you got.
We need a document that can hold up in court with him.
Yes.
Oh man. Hey, listen, we have went way too long tonight.
It was because we missed Doc. We missed her.
You know.
I'm glad y'all waited for me.
We needed you.
Yeah,
I was thinking without you fast, Doc. I was like, I need Doc.
Nah, Ruth,
he was talking all over me, Doc.
Nah, I wasn't.
He's like, oh, that's just you. You know how he does. That's just you, Ruth.
Neil had some good points, some very good points. You know,
we did miss you anyway. We missed you.
Yeah, it was good, but the team is back together.
I can't wait to get back here.
Yes.
Right. I'm glad we got a place to come to now, because we might not have had a place, but we got one.
Are we done for the night?
I think so. I think he needs to sign off.
It gets too late. Then I start, I get drunk when it gets late. I get drunk off lateness. The later it gets, the more silly we get. But look, we had a great show. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. There were a lot of comments. We thank you very much for everybody's comments, and we appreciate them all. Again, please go to our Nothing But Answers YouTube page, our Facebook page, like, subscribe, leave messages. The group is great. It's growing. It's a lot of great information in there. Please add whatever information you have. We want to learn from you guys as well. So please, please, please join us, because this group is for us. It's for us to have a safe space to talk about whatever. So we had a good night. Any last words, Ruth?
We had so many topics tonight. Just that I think they were all relevant. I think they're all good topics. Keep thinking about what's trending out there. Put it into our group so we have some content. Just interchange with us. We love the back and forth interchanging. Stay with us.
What's up, Doc? What you got for us?
Same as Neil. Just, keep feeding us. Keep feeding us. And and invite your friends and your family members to join the group so that we have a lot more people to talk to. Don't be intimidated by Mr.
Mr.
Daryl.
D. Mr. D.
Mr. D. Don't be
I am
intimidated.
a kitty cat. Meow. Kitty cat. Meow. So I will say we will have we're going to have an in-person a show that's live in person that'll be coming up soon. So we will have some things to come up, some meet and greets. So hopefully everybody can come out. Especially we did the roll call. A lot of people here in New Jersey, even other places can come, but hopefully everybody can come out. We will do it live as well. It'll be great to see everyone. You know, to have a live meet and greet. We want to do things. We want to get out and mingle, like have fun, have some food, things of that nature. You can see Doc. She's really little in person. She's like this big. like that big. Right, Ruth? She's little.
I'm little too. We wear heels, Doc. Yes, I'm little, 5'3".
5'3". They whittle
we
people,
wear heels, Doc. It's okay.
They will have the fly shoes on in the building. Okay, that's what they do.
Yes.
But again, thanks everybody for joining in. Thank you for the comments. Please like, subscribe to all our channels. Nothing but answers would be the keywords. We'll see you next week. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you.
Good night.